Superhumans! Once pure fiction, they became reality the day a god perished in our skies, bringing power to a lucky few and terror to the rest. Those masses are now looking for hope, and I want to provide it. My name is Network, here to prove that you do have protectors during these unprecedented times. What better way to do so than with live footage? Our camera drones capture all the action so you can see our new superheroes fighting the good fight in real time. Thank you so much for tuning in, and welcome to Power Play.
Thrusters engaged.
Ladies and gentlemen of the world, you have surely heard many rumors and conspiracies flying around since the supernatural event that took place a month ago, and today, some of them will be proven true. Apologies for taking over your airwaves with this broadcast, but trust me, you're gonna want to see this. We are coming to you live from Pike Place Market, where four genuine superhuman heroes, Goo Girl, Ring Bear, Umbra, and TBD, are engaged in a heated conflict with mysterious armed gunmen. Goo Girl is taking gunfire like it's nothing! Ring Bear knocks one of the assailants out with his own weapon! Enemies are in the dark, so to speak, as to Umbra's battlefield position. TBD heroically pulls a senior citizen hostage out of harm's way. Goo Girl sends Ring Bear flying down the length of the market to finish the fight. Hold on. I am getting reports of a new figure approaching. Dear Lord, he is massive! The heroes are taking heavy blows. And a brilliant strategy from Goo Girl sends Captain Kraken down to his own electricity. To the folks at home, the evidence is clear. Heroes and villains are among us, and apparently here to stay. Keep watching Power Play to stay informed with exclusive updates on our new superhuman allies. The world is changing fast, and our viewers will be the first to know about it. Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, and everybody else to episode 2 of Power Play. The recap's already been done in character, new production stuff for the show. Told you guys it was going to be cool. And I haven't edited it at the time of recording this, but I'm trusting myself that when I do, it's gonna be cool. So we're just gonna cross our fingers and hope that works out. How is everybody feeling?
I feel good.
Yeah. We're heroes, man. I'm feeling great.
Well, actually, according to my sheet, I still feel insecure.
Oh, you can clear that if you want. You can clear insecure.
I don't think I will.
Oh, you don't think
I will.
All right.
I didn't actually do much in the last combat.
Fair enough.
Didn't you take out, like, the last 3 goons before the big guy showed up?
I saved one grandpa, and then I had noodle arms and had to get saved by Umbra.
Oh, I only saved one person's life. Lame.
I mean, compared to the pile driver and fucking on the top rope, that is...
Yeah, there was a nice little triple combo from the other party members here.
We might have gotten the flashy stuff. You were the only one on the objective. So you were pretty...
You didn't tie everyone up.
Yeah, technically you were sent to deal with the gunman. You didn't know there was going to be a fish man.
It's
and
true.
You did the job that you were sent to do. But regardless of how you all are feeling, as everybody in the audience already knows, you look pretty good. Network did his job very well. The broadcast literally took over the airways, for you guys who have not seen it yet. Through a method that you don't necessarily know, Network just sort of fully hijacked TV stations everywhere. He hijacked a bunch of internet sources. He promised that he wasn't going to do that on a regular basis, but for the first one, yeah, he absolutely did, which who knows exactly how he did that, but that's not your problem
sure, it's
right
fine.
now.
Like, I don't think there's nefarious purposes that you'd have to take to, you could just kind of call them up and say, hey, I want to broadcast.
Yeah,
One hijack, please.
Friend. Why would I ever not trust him?
Who's watching cable news these days anyway? But regardless of how he got on the air, it is all that everybody is talking about. We are going to pick up the next day. Now, there's actually a set date that this campaign airs, which I don't believe I mentioned last time, but the first episode of Power Play, which is last episode, officially airs on, I believe it is March 23rd, 2025. Real world, we're using a real-time scale here. March 23rd, 2025. You all, after that mission, were returned to the Hero Complex. Network gave you all a hearty congratulations. You can have whatever celebration moment you want. And then you were returned back in those mysterious cars to whatever you were doing. I imagine hyped up, but probably a little bit tired from the fact that I think everybody took at least one major hit from something or other. The next day, however, you are not going to get a break because the next day is Monday. And Monday is one of the days that you all, as you know, have your intro to physics class. It is at 10 a.m., not too early, not like one of the really, really bad ones, but you're not really going to get to sleep in if you would like to attend this class. And, well, I guess, hold on. Who do we want to have walk in first?
I'm going to be late.
You're going to be late? Okay.
Yep.
All right,
I will
perfect.
say, I'm attending this class with my roommate, who is chronically late to things as well, which is something that you established.
Is true.
So I'm also probably very late.
Okay, that is definitely true. So that leaves Ring Bear and TBD. I guess I would say this. Taylor, Nicole is also in this class, so I don't know if that would motivate you to always definitely get there on time, but potentially.
I mean, Taylor's definitely going to mull over knowing that Nicole is always late, but wanting to not have like a seat taken next to Nicole, taken by someone that's not him. And so he's going to be on time.
Okay.
He's going to be on time.
And what about Danny?
Danny, I think she's taken bumps and bruises before. She's in a pretty rough profession. I think she sticks to her usual program, which probably involves getting a nice little run in the commute to class. Gets there 5 minutes early, let's say.
Okay, perfect. So that means I would think Danny gets there first. 5 minutes early, you're getting there probably a little bit before most of the class. You're not the first person in the room, and this is a very big lecture hall. This is not like an advanced physics class. None of you are scientists. You are all, for various reasons, but mostly, I believe, to just sort of check off that core science credit that everybody needs. This class is taught by someone you are at this point familiar with, because we are midway through the semester, Professor Allison Quinto, another NPC that we do have art for. So that has been set to the Power Play chat for you guys. Professor Quinto looks like she has just come from some sort of lab. You know that she is a faculty member at this school and technically a professor, but mostly a researcher. She teaches exactly one class every semester, and it is this. Rumor has it that the only reason she bothers teaching this class is because she has some sort of rivalry with the dean of the department, who essentially put it in her contract that she does have to teach if she wants to keep research funding. So she has come to class in a lab coat, as she usually does. She has like a mathematical drawing compass holding together her bun. And she just sort of, walks into the room. She's waiting for everybody as everyone arrives, sort of shuffling through papers on her desk, not really paying attention to most of the students. And then Danny, you're going to walk in shortly after. Now, we did establish last episode, in a twist that I don't think everybody, including myself, is expecting. You all know that your fellow superheroes are in this class already. I expected that there was going to be some maybe realizations in this scene, because I knew we were doing this scene from the beginning. And I do think there are probably going to be realizations in there, but not in the same way. Like I said, this is late March. You've been in this class for a while, but it's in a big lecture hall. So Danny, are you keeping an eye out for people who might resemble the costumed forms that you saw? Or is this not... What's going through your head here?
Danny has never been a sit in the front of the class person, but certainly today in a lecture hall, she is taking a back corner with the best vantage point of the room to be like, all right, where are the familiar silhouettes?
And then one of the familiar silhouettes walks in. Whether you recognize Taylor or not is, I guess, up to you, and also, to some extent, up to Taylor if you are trying to disguise yourself in any capacity. But yeah, Taylor Merritt walks in the room, not wearing the costume, hair notably uncovered, as we mentioned in the previous episode, but there he is. You think you recognize him? You want me to make your roll for it?
Danny definitely, like, leans forward at that. She's also leaned forward at a couple other dudes in, like, cargo pants that have walked in, but she's looking at you pretty hard as well.
I would say Taylor pulls up to class, and just like, I forgot we're mid-semester.
Yeah.
So trying has rapidly dwindled. So, we're in a hoodie. We're in sweatpants. We probably just rolled out of bed and missed the bus and got here. But we got here, and that's what matters. Taylor, definitely a middle of the crowd kind of guy. So he's going to find a seat in the middle of like one of the sections of this lecture hall.
As you walk down towards the middle of the lecture hall, like I said, there are people who are already here having hushed conversations amongst themselves. If you listen to any of these conversations, if you catch a word walking by, actually both in this room and just kind of on campus at large, they're all talking about one thing, and you know exactly what that thing is. Superheroes are real, and they fought a 9-foot-tall fish man like a couple miles away on the other side of downtown. This college, by the way, I don't know if we said the name last time, but I'll say it again. The school that you all attend is called Kirby Lieber College. It is more commonly known as just KLC. It is north of downtown Seattle, and their mascot is a poison dart frog, the colors of which are blue and orange, matching Tom's jacket, actually. That's where the design of Tom's jacket comes from. But yeah, they're all talking about stuff. If you want to listen in, you're going to have to listen in, and maybe they'll notice, who knows? But what's your reaction?
I do want to listen in, but also my initial reaction, this is obviously my first class of the day. Taylor's not taking something earlier than 10. And so my initial reaction is definitely going to be kind of like oh, fuck, yeah, that's right. People actually saw that.
Yep.
That wasn't just like a thing we did. And kind of realizing that this is bigger than maybe he thought it was. But I would like to try to listen in. What check would that be? Actually,
I'm going to do something that's not technically within Masks as a system, but I do think is funny. I'm going to sort of take a page out of your book with Cazalor. I'm going to roll a d20 for the conversation you're listening into, and see what they think of you from that. I'll give a nice bonus to it, because Network did make you guys look very good. But we're going to find out. I'll ask this, though. Are you listening in, at least right now, for sort of general vibes on it? Or are you listening for people talking about, like, the long arms guy? Are you listening for you, or
I am still insecure. I'm listening for me.
Listening to you.
I'm listening for what people think of me.
I have my D20, which is not part of the official Mask system, but screw it. It was on my desk. Ooh. Now, I was going to give you a bonus, but that is a 2 on the die.
I was right to be insecure.
That is a 2 on the die. You kind of walk by and pick up your phone and look at, sort of just pretending like you're not listening to these two guys who are having a conversation. And one of them goes through and goes like, oh my god, yeah, it was crazy. The slime lady like electrocuted the guy. And then there was the other one who grabbed the old dude with his arms. And the other guy looks at him and goes, who?
I immediately go on fucking Twitter. I type in #PowerPlay. It's trending. Fuck. Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
I go to the messages. I search. I search TBD. I get unrelated results.
Yeah.
It's always like, where are these people gonna end up? Oh, TBD. Nothing about me, the hero.
We'll say this. The trending looks something like this. Not necessarily in this order, but it's PowerPlay, Network, like Goo Girl, Ring Bear, Umbra, Captain Kraken, Long Arms Guy.
Fuck!
So people are talking, but you're definitely not there quite yet. Obviously, the one who gets the most attention is Goo Girl. Danny, do you want to listen into conversations as well? I know you're at the top of the room here, but if you want to have this, I'll give you the opportunity to do the same.
I would actually, I don't know if I have to roll for it at this point, but seeing Taylor spiraling, having already had my eye on him, can I make like a roll to infer?
Yeah, go for it. Let me.
One of my teammates.
This will be another good opportunity to sort of introduce something that we did last time, but now we get to show in another case. The same list of actions and options that you have in combat and out of combat, or I messed up the order on that sentence entirely. You have the same list of actions and options in combat as you do out of combat. So for this, go ahead and give me an assess the situation check if you're looking for something specific.
And what is added to that?
Assess the situation is superior. I did realize in the first episode we never actually said what the stats were. I might go back and edit that in real quick because it would kind of be important. Right now, I will go ahead and say that as you're rolling. The 5 stats, for people who are curious, are Freak, Danger, Savior, Superior, and Mundane. They are not like 5e stats where they're like your physical ability. It's about how you see yourself, essentially. That is the best way that I can describe how these stats work. So for this, if you see yourself as somebody who is superior, like the very intelligent, has a handle on the situation, that's what you're using for perception in this case. So what'd you roll?
I read Taylor to Filth. I got an 11.
Nobody cares about that guy. Why would he be so sad? Oh. Yeah, you absolutely clocked that instantaneously.
I think you just see in the distance, completely silent on all the cacophony of people chatting before class starts, you just see...
Danny is going to prowl over to the seat a row behind you and just like, hey dude, vanity searching is a very bad habit.
Oh, that's right. We all have the same class. Hey, Danny.
So,
How'd you
what's your
recognize me?
name?
Oh,
Name.
oh, my name is Taylor.
Ah, it's been determined. It's Taylor. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's been determined, dude. Yeah.
So,
You don't have to deal with all this secret identity stuff as much as I do.
Yeah, I mean, like, I am, but, like, I'm not. Like, I'm doing my wrestling character and also, like, fucking built, like, but, how are you holding up? How are you, like, doing?
Don't check Twitter. It's a terrible place. It's a terrible, terrible place.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you shouldn't be checking that. You seem... I was kind of watching it, you seem a little, like... deeply... panicked and hurt for some reason, which doesn't really make sense because you were doing good shit out there yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, thank you. It's just I don't know. Nobody. I'm not as flashy as you and Goo Girl, and so.
Well, okay, you would maybe, but like you can get your niche. Like you were saving people. I think this is like a branding thing, like. I don't think people really knew, like, people know that my thing is a bear, Goo Girl's thing is pretty obvious, Umbra's got the,
Yeah.
TBD, it doesn't really pop, but, like, if we can figure out a way to, like, get your name out there and get your deal out there, I think you could get a fan base. A little bit of a weird fan base, but, like, a fan base.
Yeah, I mean, a weird fan base is better than no fan base.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I'll have to talk to Network about it. Have you seen any of the others?
No, I do not. But also, like, they could be anyone. Goo Girl, I think, could technically be like anyone.
Perfect segue. Perfect segue that you definitely didn't set up for me on purpose, I feel. Taylor, you see someone you recognize walking in. It's not Goo Girl. You don't know what Goo Girl looks like. But you see Nicole walking into class. And next to Nicole... Jess, take it away.
Yeah, so I think this is the first time that we're seeing Goo Girl in her civilian identity.
It is, yes. 'Cause her intro was superheroed up.
Yeah, and so whereas Goo Girl is like loose and drippy and flamboyant and big, Rebecca is wearing a maroon hoodie and jeans. She seems to be skin colored and not bright green, but her hair is a little green. And this person that you're looking at, she looks like she actually doesn't want to be perceived. She doesn't want to be seen. She seems smaller than when she was Goo Girl. And she's, talking nervously with Nikki, her roommate and best friend, but not not too happy about being late, even though she's probably been late every single day of this class, and is maybe a little anxious about that. And I think upon entering, right, like Rebecca almost doesn't want to be seen. She's like doesn't want to be known that this is who she is, even to y'all, because maybe she just has her reasons. And ironically, I think she just kind of beelines for that seat in the back that Ring Bear used to sit in. I'm in the back corner and I hope nobody sees me and I can leave very quickly seat.
Perfect. As you walk in, Nicole is on her phone, on Twitter, on TikTok, on everything, very much talking about the Goo Girl situation now that it's officially public. And as you sit down, she kind of leans over to you and whispers, she goes, so just triple checking. We're like not telling anybody, right?
No. They know me. They don't need to know this me. That they know a much cooler me. We can.
But they like cooler you, and you're still you. You're just not made of slime. You are made of slime.
I'm always made of slime. It just doesn't look like it.
And people like the slime. People are enjoying the slime. Look at this. She pulls out her phone and just starts scrolling through like a bunch of hype edits. People are already starting to take clips from the first episode of Power Play and make up a whole bunch of things.
They do like the slime. Hey, which one of these is Metal Boy? He's in this class, right?
She snaps her fingers. Oh, yeah. Sort of scans the room. It's the back of everybody's heads, of course, but we've kind of already established that often Taylor is up in the front of the shop and Nicole works in the back a lot of times, so she's very used to seeing the back of his head. She goes, oh, yep, right down there. Talking to the wrestler girl, right? And then she points you two out.
That makes sense. Okay, great. Maybe I should introduce myself. This feels unfair.
They seem cool.
Is Taylor, like, glancing back to Nicole, like, very obviously anxious that she sat way over there and he's way down here?
Yes, absolutely. I took this class to seize opportunities. I don't think we've sat next to each other yet. I think I'm still working on how to do that smoothly. Haven't figured it out. So,
dude, you keep glancing up at the back corner. Is that a friend of yours?
Yeah. We work together.
Okay, and is she like a friend or is she like a friend? You know, like what's going on?
She's just a friend. I would like it to be more than that.
There we go.
Let's like more than that.
Danny picks up your bags and her bags.
No,
let's move.
We can't. No, we can't. So awkward.
It's the back of the class. No one's gonna freaking care, dude. Come on.
Okay. Well, you have my back, so lead the way.
Exactly.
Up you go.
I am very good at convincing people.
I'm loving this dynamic already.
I think as the two of you get closer, Goo Girl is just like, oh my god, how did you know? How? Like, Rebecca's just like, how did you two know? I mean, I know you, but how did you two?
As you kind of start fumbling through that, Nicole sort of steps in to try and cover. Goes, oh, I think Taylor recognized me because we work together. Taylor, this is my friend Rebecca, who you don't know and have never met.
We've never met once.
Correct.
We won't see each other very often. Ever.
For sure. Wow.
Nicole, like, gives you a side hug, and there's, like, a slight slime ripple, and then she quickly pulls her arm away.
Wait, I'm confused. Are they both your friends? Because, like, you don't gotta be secret about both of them being your friends. I'm confused.
No, me and Nicole here work together. And then Rebecca, this is our first time ever meeting.
Yep. What a weird way to say a totally normal thing.
Cool. I'm just going to take a seat. And I will sit down if there's a spot next to Nicole.
I feel like, I mean, there's no way that Danny's going to take that seat. So, yeah, you can have that seat for sure. After another few, like maybe 45 seconds of probably just very, very awkward silence, it is time to start class. And Professor Quinto kind of puts her papers down, the thing she was drawing, shoves it to the side, stands up and goes, all right, hello everybody, class is in session. I'm sure that everybody has had an interesting night given the recent developments, but physics marches on, and so we're going to, and at that moment, Skyen.
Like, at that moment, like, the door to like, the auditorium kind of, like, makes a loud bang as Tom sort of stumbles in, like, oh, shit, like, all of a sudden the center of attention for absolutely everyone's like, sorry. And anyone who wants to can do, like, an assess the situation check.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure.
You would be the most disguised, but maybe your voice, I think they did see, like, a little glimpse, so...
They got a little glimpse of blonde hair, yeah.
Danny has not caught on to Goo and she does not catch on to Umbra either. I got a 4.
Okay, cool. You have... I love this interaction of everybody knowing, like, everyone knows a different third of the situation. It's so great.
So good.
Except for Nicole, who knows the most.
Oh, I think with my 9, I know the most too, right?
A 9? Yeah, 9's a success.
I also got a 9.
Okay, cool.
So the two of you, like, you probably clocked that, like, hey, that's the same shade of blonde hair and kind of the same build. But you also spot that as he sort of stumbles, because he's rushing too much, his shadow sort of seems to almost reach up and, like, just steady him, just barely, to prevent him from falling over. Mm-hmm. And as he's sort of, like, walking through class awkwardly trying to find a place to sit, occasionally, his shadow will behave a little bit differently than him. Just like almost as though it's looking around, or as though it's behaving a little bit independently.
I'm staring so intently at you right now. I have no cool in this moment.
Taylor, like, leans over past Nicole and goes, Rebecca, do we know that guy? Okay.
We know that guy.
Okay.
Nicole
we don't know each other.
Looks
We know that guy.
at the two people on either side and goes, I don't know that. She turns to Rebecca. Is that guy one of the guys from she turned back to Taylor. The club that we're in, Rebecca and I.
And I, yes.
I need
and
to ask
you.
an ethical question to my not team. And I'm just going to push Nicole back and look at
Just shove her back
the two
in
of
the
you.
chair.
Yeah. And I'm going to be like, if we answer that, are we technically outing his secret identity? Is that, like, should that be his choice? I mean, Nikki is smart. She knows, but she figured it all out faster than I did, I think. But, like, if we say something, like, that's a problem, right?
I can hear you.
What kind of club are you guys going to? Is it like an ultimate frisbee thing, or?
I think we just need to have this conversation after class.
I think you're right. Also, I can't tell if she's just really good at keeping the secret identity or if she really doesn't know.
Always got to keep kayfabe, but I don't know what's going on.
Cool. After class.
Yeah, after class. I will not make you guys role play out an entire physics class, but I do real quick.
I was just ready to learn.
I want to check in with everybody with this. Now, I believe I sort of asked you a similar question to this for your character things when we were setting up, but just for the benefit of the audience, out of curiosity, what are you guys? How seriously are you all taking this class individually? Because, of course, this is young superheroes. We're going to have the Spider-Man and proms tomorrow type bit. So just for everybody's note, how seriously are you all taking this? And if you want to go into your reasoning, if you haven't for taking it, you can. Whatever. Just a little check-in with everybody.
I think Danny definitely is locked in, considering how her powers defy physics and how it is generally helpful for her in both of her professions to know how physics work. I think she takes the class fairly seriously.
So that's one, taking it seriously. We'll just go around clockwise from there then. I think I know the answer to this one. But, Taylor, are you a big fan of physics?
Fuck no, dude. I should not be here. If Nicole asks, I took this class because I was late to sign up for classes, and this was the only science credit left.
Ah.
But I was the earliest to signing up for classes, and I heard at work that Nicole was excited to take Physics 101, and
Yes.
so am I.
That's actually a good transition. I'll go ahead and throw in for the sake of people knowing, because any character who knows Nicole would know this. She's a mechanical engineering major, so she's actually taking this class because it's relevant to what she's doing. She wants to work with cars, but no one else does right now. So Rebecca, why are you taking this? What are your thoughts?
I need one general science. My best friend is in this class. I'm an artist. I do fluid art, and I don't know, maybe there'll be a fluid dynamics lecture at some point, but like why do I need physics for my superhero career? There's nothing useful in there at all.
No, the person
Especially not when you're made of a non-Newtonian fluid. Yeah.
The person
Another
whose
meaning of
powers
those
involve
words.
like slingshotting people yesterday. You don't need to know about physics.
Ow. Physics is math. That's like real world. Just getting out there, getting the experience.
Yeah. And then Tom, you're the latest, so once again, I think we know, but...
Yeah, well, I mean, he's like, as he sort of stumbles to like probably a seat down at the front, because that's the place where no one wants to sit. Like he'll bring out like notebooks, and he'll presumably have brought like the wrong textbook, and sort of fumbling with that. And at the start of the class, he seems to be like sort of really trying to lock into it, really trying to take it seriously. By the end of the class, he's sleeping on his desk.
Got it. Now, I'm going to do something that I'm technically not supposed to do once again in Masks, but I'm the DM. This is my system here. I'm going to make a roll. I'm not going to tell you what it's for. How fun is that? Okay.
Wow.
Noted. And then we're just going to move on. Don't worry about that. That's totally fine. So, we fast forward through this very entertaining physics lecture. Professor Quinto is a decent enough teacher, though it's also kind of obvious he doesn't want to be there, so you learn... as much work as you're willing to put into it, really. But then, after class, you guys are free to go where you want. You all have a little bit of time. This college campus is, like, near downtown Seattle, so it is in a city area, fairly large campus. If you guys want to meet up and have some sort of discussion, you're free to do so. And decide where.
I think we need to flag down our late friend first.
Yeah, for sure.
And
He's
then,
dead?
Oh my God, Tom!
He seems like he's slumped over the desk. Like as the class ends, he's he's conked out on the desk.
Actually, hold on. We have the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever here.
Good.
Danny,
Yeah,
can you pick a person up?
most people.
And would it count as wrestling physics to not wake that person up?
Oh.
If I cradled him.
Tom's a pretty skinny guy, so I think this would probably
he's
work.
scrawny as hell. Like he looks like he's always like a few meals short of like a full day.
Can we just scoop him up and take him somewhere private so we can all have this conversation and
Yeah, go for it. I'm not
very
even going to
hard
make you roll for it. Just
when Tom wakes
go
up?
for it.
Or when he wakes up? I don't know Tom's name yet. What?
Absolutely allowed. So, I don't know if you're all going. It's up to your discretion. But at least at the end of class, Danny, you walk up to the front row, directly in front of Professor Quinto's desk, and just kind of pick this boy up. Professor Quinto kind of looks at you, raises an eyebrow, and goes, "Is he okay? He's been asleep for a while now."
I think he's just like getting his energy. He's part of an ultimate frisbee club or something, I think. You know how it is.
Right, okay. Well, when he wakes up, tell them that he still has to complete the assignments that he was not awake through. And then she just goes back to her desk.
As you pick him up, by the way, you'll notice that like sort of up close, his skin is like spider webbed with little red markings from the electrocution that he had yesterday.
Yeah.
Whoa. I don't know what those are from. I failed my assess the situation check.
His powers look weird when he's not using them, damn.
Yeah.
This ultimate frisbee league is crazy.
All right, and so the group of you, plus Sleeping Beauty, go to wherever your meeting place is. I will leave this in your hands.
Yeah.
It is, everything that would be available on a college campus is available. You can go to somebody's house if you want. If you want to go to like a cafe or a dining hall or something. If you want to just find an abandoned classroom, there's definitely ones that are not occupied. Your call.
Yeah, where do we go? I mean, I know Taylor definitely lives in a single person dorm, for sure.
And I'm going to give you no guidance on this because I really do want to see how you guys figure out this impromptu meeting. Because I think it'll be funny.
So, I think because it's not the last 2 weeks of the semester, the most abandoned place I can think of is the study rooms in the library.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is probably true.
we could go there.
I think it's probably safe.
So the 5 of you, because Nicole is coming with you, unless you tell her not to. She wants to figure out what's going on with this as well, which I'm sure Taylor is happy and terrified about. The 5 of you go a couple blocks over to the library, and you are able to find a study room, probably somewhere closer to the top floor where there's even less people. It's like a multi-tiered building because this is in a city. Yeah, you are able to find a study room. Nobody's there. Nobody's out immediately in front of it. You seem to be in
I'm
relative
still
privacy.
holding Tom.
You're still holding time. Yeah, he can wake up whenever Skyen feels like it, I guess.
I think he'll wake up the moment you put him down.
That's so funny.
You are now somewhere else.
What's up, dude?
As you put him down, you sort of go, not the tentacle. What?
Oh my god, you're awake. You fell asleep 4 years ago in class.
What? What?
Yeah, man, you got a lot of misassignments.
Oh no. Oh fuck. Oh shit. Oh shit. What? Oh wait.
Also, your
hang
mom
on.
called like 9 times in 4 years.
Like
Nikki
he's sort of,
elbows
like,
you.
has the
Rebecca.
panicked look because like he doesn't recognize like Rebecca or Taylor yet. He's just like he's like Danny and then like this other girl that he doesn't know, and he's like, "Are you guys fucking with me?"
Yes.
Yes.
For what it's worth, I'm genuinely not sure. I'm pretty lost.
Yeah, he's sort of like, "Oh fucking hell." Did I make it to class?
Yeah.
Kind
You fell
of,
asleep,
kind
though.
of.
You did make it. Yes.
You sort of made it to
Okay.
like the first half and not the second half.
Okay, cool. That I mean, as long as I don't have absence.
Those absence points really add up, and then they start docking your grade. It's crazy.
You
Yeah.
do
College
have
is a
to
scam.
do the assignments you were asleep for. The professor told me to tell you that.
Oh, cool, great. Yeah, I'll put that on the pile. Hi. So and like he sort of looks around and kind of goes, Danny, is that like sort of pointing to the other two? Like, is this people I know?
Your frisbee club? Yeah, dude. I think so. Who are you?
Frisbee
How do you know my name?
Nicole turns to you and goes, "Wait, you don't know who he is? You carried him here, girl."
I'm a follower. I'm a good follower. I'm a good friend. What can I say? I love a bit.
Hi.
Oh, this might be me misremembering. I thought Danny introduced herself with her name, but it is only the ring bearer that she said last session.
Yeah.
Okay,
Which you
well,
can
that-
just...
Yeah, like
You know this is the ring bearer.
But
yeah.
This
Yeah,
one's
Danny
a
plays
sort
the
of
ring
public
bearer.
identity. If
She's
you
Googleable.
to a
Yeah.
niche group, but it is you can figure it out, right? It's been a day, so not too many people know right now. It hasn't even been a day. It's been like 18 hours maybe. Probably less than that. People are going to start putting things together later this afternoon, but you can figure it out right now.
Yeah, okay. Like so he'll be like he won't use Danny's name, but he'll be like, I know you. Do I know them? Like that sort of thing, like sort of looking to you. And gets the ultimate frisbee thing and it takes a second, it's like, yeah, frisbees. Yeah,
Yes.
we throw things around.
Also, hey, Bear Girl, you're in the Frisbee Club too.
Oh, I don't know if I can. I got a pretty packed schedule. I mean, I don't know when your practice times are. Maybe I can make it work. I'm
Oh my gosh.
flattered.
dude, we all are heroes and work for Network.
I'm not. It'd be cool.
Oh,
I just know
You're
Rebecca,
the
and then
shadow.
you. I just kind of came along. If you guys want me to go, I can go.
No.
you're
there's
here
something-
now,
I
so
would-
you have to stay.
I really
Actually,
appreciate you staying.
She looks kind of.
I'm very
scared at
anxious.
how aggressively Taylor just like, no, you have to.
you actually have to stay.
Was that like a threat?
No, that's
I
not a
don't
threat.
wanna-
Oh my god, no, that's not a threat. I'm just
Okay.
saying, like you.
Don't
I
do the
just
magnet
said that
thing again.
when
That was cool. What happened, and then I thought about it later that night, and that was fucking terrifying.
I am. That will ruin me. And I will think about that tonight. But I can't do it at will, so don't worry.
You don't control it. She takes another step backwards.
Powers only activate when we're in danger. Nobody's in danger here. This is a safe space.
Okay, that's
I'm glad
better.
you said that. I was worried that we wouldn't have a safe space with the four of us because I know we're kind of big personalities. This is important to me.
Yes.
Tom is still like, okay, it's TBD
Correct.
and Ring Bear and Rebecca. Did I meet you yesterday? And he'll like point at Nicole like so genuinely like, shit, have I forgotten who you are?
She kind of matches that energy of like, I have an idea of what half is going on. She goes, oh no, I'm Nikki. We don't know each other yet. But I'm friends with her and I work with him, and I don't have superpowers. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. So like, what's everyone's names actually? I'm Tom.
Taylor.
Taylor.
Rebecca.
I'm Danny, and I'm still one step behind, and I want to make sure I'm sure. Where is Goo Girl? Because, like...
That's me. I'm Rebecca or Goo Girl. And I'm gonna just like look around as if there was anyone here that could see, and then just turn green for a second, and then quickly go back.
Oh, see, it's the
No
the green.
fucking
No,
way, that's your... That's so crazy. You're like a completely You don't even have the boardwalk short. Wow. I never would have guessed that. I didn't guess that. So, like... Yeah,
It's-
wow.
People on campus are already starting to guess that. That's actually really you never mind.
So here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah.
We know each other.
Yesterday was. Can we just say yesterday was kind of fucking crazy? Can I be the first to say that? And now I'm just
Oh,
back
it was
in school.
fucking crazy.
Oh my god, it was
Yeah.
insane.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know if I would say it like that. I mean like fucking insane.
What?
Yeah. No, I stayed up all night. I was just refreshing like Twitter and shit. And I didn't get any fucking sleep, but like
Don't go on Twitter, dude. It's not worth it. It's
Really?
not
Twitter's
worth
so
it.
nice to me.
I'm so excited. Well, I mean, I didn't see that
Fuck.
much about. And then like, but like everyone's talking about Goo Girl, like the fucking like the splash thing with the electrocution. Holy shit! Like there's so many fan cams.
Oh, it's so good, and the website's been so much nicer ever since Elon Musk accidentally gave it to Hank Green.
Sure, canon.
That was crazy.
We're
I'm
imagining
with Hank. I think he'd
utopian
approve
futures
canon.
here.
Absolutely canon. Nikki chimes in and goes, oh, you guys probably didn't see the live broadcast because you were on it, but it was fucking crazy too, because everyone, or at least a lot of people, were watching TV already because the president was going to do that speech, and then the helmet guy just sort of took over everything, and then he showed the fish dude, Captain something. It was insane. You guys all looked cool though. You guys, there was the shot where Rebecca threw you, and there was like you hit the guy from across the hallway. I'm not good at describing, but it was really cool. Trust me.
Wait,
Oh,
our
it was even
broadcast-
cooler when you were there, man. Like you should have seen that. That looks so awesome.
It felt good too.
It was super awesome.
Nailed that
But
shot.
our broadcast big leagues the president? Is that like legal?
Technically, I don't know if any of this is legal, but there was a fish guy, so no one. I don't
There
think
was a
anyone's
fish
going to
guy.
really care, because the president seems cool. I voted for her, but I would rather watch the fish man fight people. That sounds bad. It's true.
Yeah. No, that's true.
It's pretty fair. Yeah.
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 Were there-
like, if
were there
anyone
commercials?
asks though, like especially the cops, you don't know us, right?
Oh no, not at all. I mean, I know you but not because of frisbees.
Right.
I don't know what that is.
That's kind of what I
Frisbee
meant by you need to be here, because we need to talk about that because you know us all now.
Oh, no. It's cool, dude. It's cool. I'm not going to tell anybody. I think Sammy knows, because he also saw you do the boom with the bullets and the forks. But Sammy probably doesn't mind. I haven't been to work since, so I have no idea how he's feeling about it, but I think he's going to be cool.
That should be our unofficial headquarters. We could get so much free pizza if we like endorsed him, and then we could just meet there, because having a place to meet up that's not watched by our boss would be great if we want to, like, I don't know, get high
That's
or like
true.
hang out or something.
And
Can you get high? You're
Fuck
made of
yeah.
slime.
Although,
What? I stepped in like a half rolled joint the other day, and I think I absorbed it, and I turns out can get high quite easily.
Oh, what an interesting weakness to canonize in front of your DM. Okay.
no.
I'm gonna write down goo absorbs chemicals, and then we're just gonna move on. All right,
We're gonna have
continue.
real trouble when we fight marijuana, man. Yeah.
Oh no, it's
It's not a
Google's nemesis,
problem.
weed
Oh.
boy.
Taylor kind
Hey,
of
no worries, man. You do you. I'll deal with it later.
Taylor kind of shoots eyes at Nicole, and I shoot eyes at the DM. How cool is our boss? Is he
So-
chill? Is he like, you know?
That's a good question. He seems pretty chill. I mean, he's, again, very much like classic grumpy New Yorker type guy, but
Right.
you know, like, remember when the guy was pointing a gun at you, and he was just kind of like, oh no, people have pointed guns at me all the time.
Not
He
again.
seems like he'll be relatively cool with it from what you know. You don't know, though. I will say, if you want to go and, like, ask him, there will probably be a chance for that later in this episode, depending on how long things go.
Yeah, we'll
or
have to
maybe
do
next
that, yeah.
episode. But yeah, from what you know, you can at least raise it and see how he thinks.
Yeah. I kind of look at Nicole and give like a shrug and go, I mean, maybe.
She gives the exact same motion back. It's like, worth a shot. I don't think
You'd
he's
have to
not
ask.
going to tell the cops. Sammy fucking
That's
hates
for
cops.
sure. That's for sure.
Oh, I like him.
He hates cops. He might just be a bit of a hard ass. I wouldn't set your sights on free pizza, but
No. We might get free napkins.
we get free napkins
Alright.
and a free space in the basement.
That'll work. And we're getting paid. And I imagine if we, what'd you call it? Big showed the president?
big leagued.
Big league to the president. We're probably going to get paid a lot.
Yeah, I guess I haven't really thought about how much royalties we'll get for that.
Yeah, to cut in as the DM to this discussion, like, as the contracts were getting worked out, that's when you guys got called away. So you don't know, like, the specifics of payment yet, and you have not had a chance to ask. But
Yeah, and we haven't signed anything yet either.
yeah, you have not signed anything yet. There has been nothing. The official process has begun, and Network did straight up mention, like, yeah, you're going to be upfront. There's a lot of money involved in this. So you have valid reason to believe you're going to get paid a lot, though you technically don't have confirmation of that yet.
Right. I mean, if we're lucky, we might get like $300.
Yeah. That could buy a few pizzas.
Yeah. That'd be sick.
Okay, $300
That's-
is like what I'll
like
get on
500 million
fucking-
views on TikTok. Yeah.
Or like one of my live streams.
Okay, we're thinking
That's
real
in
small
character. I
in
don't
this
make that much on
room.
TikTok. Need everyone to know that. Somebody said I make thousands of dollars in TikTok and got mad at me for sharing a GoFundMe link when I could just spend my TikTok money on it. And I was like, I put all 24
Yeah,
bucks
It's
I made
my
on
people are
TikTok.
full-time
very
job, and I
optimistic
pay
about
my
the
bills.
kind of money.
Like, yeah, it's not a lot. Anyway, moving on. Goo Girl gets a lot because Goo Girl's actually famous.
That's,
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. That's like a week's worth of work at Ephraim's.
We got presidential ratings. If we get those contracts and there's not a clause that we get bonuses of thousands depending on the ratings bracket, we send that shit back for a redraft. $300. Come on, folks.
Okay.
This is the big break. Let's break bigly.
And technically, like, you guys are sort of putting yourselves in danger. Like, you might die. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry.
No, I don't think I can.
That's true.
I don't think I can, not because of my powers, just because I'm me. I don't think I can die.
She just sort of side-eyes you and then doesn't respond immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I got
Tom-
shot.
seem to react at all to like the idea of dying. That seems to not phase him even a little bit.
Ooh.
So like he has no reaction to it.
All right, fancy. Is there anything else that you guys want to have go over in this moment here, or do we want to go ahead and move on to the?
I think we should all exchange numbers.
Oh yeah, that's probably smart.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have even thought to say that. Yeah, so you can all exchange contact information.
And this is the
Including
smoothest way I know that I can get Nicole's number. Let's go.
Yeah, that would work. Just kind of just pass everything around. Hope nobody really
all
processes.
exchange numbers, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that does
Danny,
definitely work.
Can I sort of try and notice that Taylor is a little bit about Nicole?
Oh yeah, I'm. Here, okay, roll, and you're gonna need to roll at least a 1.
It's not that obvious. Come on.
Oh, that's a 10.
Oh, there's a 1 in there. 1 0.
Yeah,
Okay,
no.
you're good.
Yeah, so Tom definitely kind of
got a
clocks
1 on
that
your
and like gives
2d6.
like eyes to Danny and Rebecca. Is like that this guy is like, yeah.
Oh,
He
definitely.
gets his phone back, does like a
Yeah.
yes. All right, cool. I guess I'll see you guys in class.
Yeah,
Or-
or fighting crime. Hey, do we want to do like patrols together? Do we want to like be on my stream or anything?
I haven't done like my own patrols ever. Like I haven't crime fought on my own.
Come patrolling
I
with
mean-
me. We can all live. We can do it as a group. I'll show you how to patrol.
Yeah, I mean, I used to go out a little bit before Network got in touch with me, but I never ran into anything. I'll
You
come
do have
with
to
you.
kind
That
of
sounds
move quickly
fun.
to find crime. Yeah, let's do it. Also, like,
When?
you can talk to my stream. What are you guys doing tonight? I'm not doing my homework. Fuck that.
I could
Absolutely. Like Tom
I
has
could
like at
tonight.
least 5 things he should be doing tonight, but he immediately says yes to this.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I could ride with the heroes. Let's crime fight.
Dude, you are a hero.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Hey, what was your name again, by the way? I called you Stretchy Arms Guy on stream last night, and it kind of blew up, and I feel a little bad about that. But it was like an acronym. It was like CBD or something.
No.
I don't
This
usually
is
make
what-
weak jokes. I don't know why.
This is what we were talking about
TBD.
earlier. It's a branding thing. We got to get on that branding, and we got to get on it hard. Now, are we married to the name TBD? I guess we don't really have a chance to change it. You have your costume and stuff, so we gotta like.
As you guys are talking
no.
about the name, Nicole snaps her fingers again
Oh,
and points at
no.
you and goes, "Oh, I get it,
no.
because it's like Taylor Darrett. It's your initials, right? Does your middle name start with a B? It's got to be that, right?
It does, but that's not what I was going for.
Yeah.
Your superhero name is your fucking initials, dude.
It wasn't supposed to be.
That's a little obvious.
Oh, you're gonna get docked so bad.
Maybe it's
Oh,
so
it's-
obvious that nobody will suspect it.
Maybe.
What if this is genius?
Maybe you'll develop a superpower that's just gonna like make nobody realize it. Like one big like brain fog on the matter.
Like
you
that
know?
Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm sure that's
know-
fine. I'm sure that's fine. TBD was an accidental name because Network asked me my hero name, and I told them it was TBD because I didn't know yet. And he rode with that. And so I like it because, my powers are always kind of TBD. I get it. It works. I just...
See, we should tell people that on stream. When they know what you do, they're gonna love that. They're gonna take bets. TBD power bingo cards, the merch opportunities are
your
so
brain works in like such a different way than mine does.
good. Oh, I've got a Streamlabs store. It makes merch for you. I could hook you up.
I don't
They
even
only
think
take
about
way too
branding.
large of a cut.
I know some people who
Streamlabs.
would like design T-shirts for you. We
Yeah.
gotta get like a portable merch stand. I think
I'm-
when people are being rescued from crimes,
I do love
they're
the idea that
gonna
we jump out of
wanna go
Network's van and someone immediately starts setting up.
A bunch of drones fly
like a
in
little
and like
tap to
t-shirts
pay thing.
deploy. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I don't
he
know.
would like the idea. Someone pitch it to him.
Network would be into that, yeah.
Someone pitch it to him.
That feels a little weird, but we could pitch it for sure. I don't know. You're right. It's a branding thing. You know, it was one mission. It was one mission, and it was watched by everyone in the world. And there will be another.
Yeah. And hey, like, not for nothing, dude, but among all of us, you're the only one who saved a hostage.
Yeah.
Thank
you also
you.
tied up the bad guys. We did all sort of forget.
Yeah, we should probably have remembered to do that.
That's okay. I can handle that stuff. I feel like that's kind of like. I mean, most of the time I'll be powerless, so you guys just handle the ass whooping, and I can make sure that everyone.
Yeah, did any of the bad guys say anything about, like, were they trying to rob the place? What was happening?
Oh my gosh! So yeah, well, you guys were fighting Dr. Octopus or whatever his name was. I
Network
rounded up.
sued for copyright infringement.
I rounded up all like the terrorists and got them all tied up. And I asked one of them like their motive, and he said something really weird. Check my notes. Maybe this is canon. Maybe I actually checked my
He pulls
notes.
out a phone.
Said something really weird. What did
The
he say?
notes app? Like,
He said that they were hired by someone who wanted to draw attention away from the president's speech on the catalyst. Like that was the purpose of the attack. It wasn't to kill, it wasn't to do any other nefarious thing. I mean, I assume it was for money. I assume they were paid, but the goal was to draw attention away from the president's speech, which I thought was super fucking weird.
well, shit, they kind of won then.
Yeah.
'cause Network cut off the president.
Yeah, he definitely did. We didn't see any of the speech. I don't think the president even, like, I don't think they knew until it was kind of too late. Because we didn't see any of it.
Was it recorded? Like, did they post it on YouTube afterwards, or?
Do you think anybody's looking for that now?
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
So we kind of, damn. So did we make things worse by showing up?
Oh, people probably would have
Nah,
died,
man.
so no.
Yeah, you saved the hostage, dude. I think that guy's pretty happy to be alive.
Yeah, that's true. But
Not to
we
mention, I
played-
don't think Mr. Fish Guy, like, I don't want him running around downtown Seattle.
True. I don't know. It's complicated.
I think you guys did good for what it's worth. It was cool to watch,
Thank you.
and you saved people, and that's kind of like the two things that superheroes do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Probably
I mean,
not
you're right.
in that order, but still.
If we save people, that's all that really matters. And we did. And so who cares if that played into some greater scheme? We saved people that needed saved.
All right. If that is the end of your little meeting, you all have your information. And with the idea of patrolling later tonight set up, you guys go your separate ways. And as you split off from this room, as you're all walking away, all of you get an identical ping at the exact same time. And it's not from your normal phones, as you can probably assume heavily. Pulling out your phones, you all see an identical message from Network. A very kind of brief but upbeat in the style that he texts. He goes, "Good job yesterday. Plan from before still on. More info tonight. Cars are coming soon." Thumbs up.
Yeah, with a little, like, cheerful emoji. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. He has his own little emojis, like his little stickers of his helmet that he puts on stuff, and like the little
that's perfect.
golden glove. He absolutely has his own branding. The whole messaging app is white and then like gold stuff, or it's a gold background and then like white text bubbles. It's the whole shtick. Absolutely.
Branding, yeah.
We need to have a conversation really quickly. I'm glad Network texted us and said cars are on the way. I like him. I trust him. Do we tell him that we all now know each other outside of Power Play and are hanging out and shit?
I think you'd like to know.
Yeah, but it's like, maybe we shouldn't get, I'm sorry, what was your name again? Like, sort of pointing at Nicole.
Nicole, who has kind of started to walk away because her phone didn't ping, so she didn't even really process it. But she turns around and goes, "Oh, Nicole, you can call me Nikki too, whatever works."
Okay, yeah. Like, and like sort of looking pointedly at Taylor, like maybe we shouldn't like get her too involved with this.
Yeah, you're probably not. Dangerous and stuff,
Oh.
right?
Yeah,
I got a thought that might not sit well with the room, but I should put it out there. Dude with seemingly unlimited drones might already know what we're up to. Just a thought.
Like he's making sure we're safe and stuff. Yeah.
Well, I mean, he did promise to protect our privacy.
I don't know. My work senses are starting to tingle. I don't know how much I do trust this network guy.
I mean, he's given us such a huge opportunity. I feel like it'd be kind of rude to like immediately start holding secrets. I feel like if we just tell him that we know each other, just to be like, hey, don't know if this is gonna make you mad, but we did meet up outside of this. Better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah. And we're probably
I
not stepping
make-
on his toes by streaming together, right?
No, he seemed to like that.
I think
like
he'd
that's
like-
promotion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'd like it if we met up out, especially if we're streaming.
He did not mention exclusivity yet. I will note that. He said that he wants to use the drones to film you, and obviously there were more details, but he never said anything about, like, you can't do other stuff. And it is maybe worth noting that, like, he did hire Goo Girl. So that is someone who was already doing this independently, and that has not been brought up to you. Which, again, maybe he's hiding things, but that has not been brought up yet.
I don't know. I don't see any problem with telling him.
Yeah. It's probably fine.
All right.
All right.
So, with that, apparently, the cars are already on the way to pick you up. You do, for what it's worth, get individual cars. After a couple minutes, you all get another text, which these are not a group one. This is going to each of you separately with a different car for each of you. He has not sent one to pick you up from the same location, which I guess note that. But yeah, if nobody has anything else they want to do before you head back to the Hero Complex, the cars work the same way as they did
another
yesterday.
panel van.
Yeah. I should set
All
up a
right.
thing where like everyone gets to pick each other's cars. No one gets to pick their own. We can like rotate it. Maybe we'll do that from episode
That'd
3
be
on.
so funny.
Yeah,
God, if
cool.
he picks me up in a Cybertruck, I'm quitting this team.
Cybertrucks don't exist. in this
I
world,
think
it's canon.
network wouldn't have such bad taste.
Elon Musk is just kind of like doodling on the wall of his shack that he lives in, and he put a trapezoid with wheels on it and was like, "This is my masterpiece," and then nothing came of it. So
This is a good timeline.
with the cars on the way, you guys all get in. Again, it works the same as last time. Network does not show up on the individual screens this time. If you want to call him for whatever reason, you can try interacting with it, but you all head to the Hero Complex. You go into the individual sort of changing rooms. There is gear for you there. You can choose whether you want to suit up or not. I will leave that to you individually, because that's kind of relevant to if you're going to tell him about the secret identity stuff or not.
Absolutely.
I'll suit up. I was also wondering, did Network allow us to bring home our new suits
Oh, yeah.
after?
He definitely has multiple of each. Like, Goo Girls are definitely all available there, but you can bring home your suits. I know Danny was going to use hers for wrestling stuff anyway, so yes, you absolutely do have versions of the suits separate. But even
Gotta
if
be
you
careful
did
on
bring yours
laundry
home,
day.
there's another one in the complex waiting
Got it.
for you.
Yeah, I'll suit up.
Cool.
Sure.
So I assume everybody's suiting up then. You guys all
Yes.
walk out of your individual rooms to see, in its grand splendor, the Hero Complex once again. It pretty much looks the same as you saw it yesterday. There are people running around, there's your training facilities, and once again, on the raised sort of filming setup podium in the back, Network is still there, tapping away on some sort of screen. But the second he hears the doors open, he jumps up, clearly more animated than he was yesterday, and he was already pretty excited to see you yesterday, and he throws his arms open and goes, "Welcome back, everybody! Stellar work yesterday. I know we didn't talk much afterwards because I figured you were all tired, you needed your rest, but my God! Woo!" And
Thank
rushes
you.
down to meet you all.
Thank you.
Yeah, that felt good.
Yeah, I take it the ratings were good.
Oh, we did sort of fudge him a little bit this time, but that had valid reason. We wanted to inform people we're not going to do that all the time. Did you guys see the broadcast? Obviously, you didn't see it live, but there's recordings floating around. Have any of you gone and watched? If not, totally get it. I also don't like to watch myself recorded sometimes. But if you did see, what'd you think? What'd you think? Anyone?
The fan cams are pretty good.
Yeah, I mostly saw fan cams, and like a bunch of people did like meme edits where we're all like dressed as furries for some reason.
That's probably good. Just, keep in mind that people are going to interpret this in different ways, and that's just something that you're going to have to deal with as a person who does this sort of thing. Regardless, we got cut off yesterday. We're going to jump right into work real quick. I hope you guys don't mind, but I am excited to what would have been get started. Do you remember, before Captain Kraken, I mentioned very briefly that I had a mission for you all that had to do with arson attacks. It's just the words came out of my mouth and then it was cut off. That was technically what I was hoping that you guys could do first, because I didn't know when some sort of fish monster or what have you was going to attack the city. We needed something for you guys to work on. If you guys are still up for investigating these arson attacks, there might be one tonight, as in, like, kind of pulls up his sleeve, revealing a very egregious gold watch. About 2 hours, I would guess.
Oh.
Wait, how do you
So
know that?
specific.
Yes. See, I was hoping that you would say that because we've been tracking a pattern. If you will all come over here. He, not really checking to see if you're following, rushes over to the back of the room next to the filming setup where there is sort of a bat computer type thing where, these people sitting in these chairs. There's a bunch of screens doing analysis of stuff. Network kind of steps between them. Ever since what happened a month ago, I have been monitoring for anything that could be supervillainous activity. And these arson attacks have a pattern. Pulls up a bunch of things on the screens. They all seem to be music venues. Music venues that have very clearly been burned down. We're not sure exactly what's causing them, but they seem to happen at concerts. No real theories yet, but people who have survived the flames, no casualties yet. I should have been more clear about that. People who have gotten out of the fires unscathed, they have all said that they have seen the fire emanating from somebody there, not like somebody, putting down a lit cigarette or anything like that. Like someone kind of does like a hand gesture, shooting fire somehow. And kind of figured if you guys can do what you do, this might also be something that we want to investigate. There's a concert tonight. So I thought you could go undercover, maybe get some things. We'll send some drones in after you in case things get heated. That was a pun that I didn't mean to, but we're going to go with it in the marketing because that went really well, actually. Everyone following me so far? Everyone free tonight?
Yeah.
Everyone has any plans?
Well, and like sort of looks at Goo Girl.
Oh, we could stream a different night. That's fine. We were gonna stream together.
Okay, well, see, Network puts his hand on his chin, thinks about it, goes, okay. I like the idea of you guys streaming together. That's good. That'll be excellent. We want some sort of extracurricular things, make you guys look like you are a team, which seems like you're getting along fantastically outside of the masks, which is awesome to see. This mission will start out undercover-ish. I'm aware that some of you have a transformative aspect to your whole things, but others we can provide disguises, do whatever we need. I wouldn't stream that, but if things get heated, saying it again so it sticks in my mind, if things get heated, then you can start streaming, and we'll have the drones. Actually, maybe don't. He kind of just keeps going on like this, clearly thinking
We'll
through the
just
ideas.
stream a different night.
Perfect. Stream a different night. There will always be more crises that you can do, and if you want to handle patrols or something like that, that was brought up, I believe, you will be fine. So, everyone on board? Everyone ready for your mission information?
Did patrols get brought up?
Did patrols get brought up?
No, I don't believe they were.
No, Network is sort of just going.
He's just sort of talking.
Okay. Actually, you know what? Google's dumb. I'm sorry. I'm playing through the character too much. She's not catching that. I'm dropping that one.
That was as Jess. It's fine. Yeah, whatever. I said what I said, and Network said what he said.
Taylor's also dumb. I'm not even going to try to clock that. Taylor's like, we did bring that up. Yeah. Not even clocking that, like,
Perfect.
we didn't bring it up to him.
Gaslit. Intentionally or unintentionally, Taylor has been absolutely gaslit about that.
For sure.
Network claps his hands while one of the production crew starts typing some things on the computer, and in the center of the screen, you see a picture of a music venue. He goes, all right, this is where we have a concert tonight. It's a place called the... That can't be right. He kind of looks again. The Alligator? Like 2 words. I don't know who names these things, but it's a place called the Alligator. It's a few miles away from here. There's a group called the Band Kids playing. BANNED. They're like an emo punk group. They really should have hired a better marketing team. But band kids in about 2 hours. I have no idea if there's going to be anything of note, but there certainly might be, and if there is, then you can stop a building from burning down.
That seems cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, perfect. Now, since this is undercover, you guys do have a little bit of time. Do you want to head back to wherever you are? We can send a car there, get you a disguise. We have some stuff here. How do you want to do this?
Oh, what do we have
I'm
here?
here to support. Oh, all sorts of crap.
I think at the idea of just having a closet to rummage through, Goo Girl is just walking off in whatever direction you've last gestured, assuming that that's where you wanted me to go.
Oh, if you want the in-character response, you go, what do you have? Network goes, wardrobe, that way.
Wardrobe that way.
I'll pick a big hoodie or something. I'd actually, if you wouldn't mind in the time that we have, would like to see some of the rest of the facility.
Yeah. Are you, you're asking this to Network, not me, to be clear.
The network, yeah.
He goes, oh yeah, of course, what do you want to see? We have facilities for anything that you would need.
No, just take a tour around, get an overview, get a sense of scale for what you have in here, what you can keep in here, that kind of thing.
Actually, do you have a cafeteria? I think I forgot to eat today.
Perfect, you can come along to that. For those of you who are going on this little excursion with investigative intent in mind, which is what it sounded like from Danny, give me an assess the situation check preemptively, and I'll sort of go through that.
All right.
Yeah, I'll be tagging along.
Yeah, Tom is just hungry right now and distracted.
Sorry, there's a whole closet. I'm not going. Wardrobe.
Assess the
That's a
situation.
7.
That is a success.
I
That is
got an
technically
8.
a success. So, with the way the assess the situation checks work, you have your, again, sort of 5 options that you can ask. Given that this is a non-combat check, I will open it up a little bit. So if you have like a specific thing that you're looking out for, just sort of you get 1 question with the normal success. And I will pepper that into the description that I give you. And both of you.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know what Taylor's look. I don't think Taylor's investigative like Danny is.
If you just sort of want general vibe, like what's the general vibe can be the question. You won't have specific info, but I'll add stuff.
Yeah. General vibe for me. I think we're taking an actual tour.
So. Yeah, like is the vibe everyone going to work at a workplace, or is the vibe we are henchmen working for a supervillain?
Yeah, cool. I'll keep track of that as we're going through. Once I hear Mike's question.
Danny is specifically looking for holding cells. How big are they?
Interesting. Okay.
She's got a theory working that I can hopefully justify this character having, considering the deductive reasoning skills we've had so far.
Interesting. Okay, so as Google rushes off to the wardrobe place, actually, I'm kind of tempted. You know what? Screw it. Jess, take your headphones off.
My headphones off? Okay.
Yeah, you're not here. Even if this isn't like super secret information, it'd be funny if you just don't know your way around this place, which, of course, now Jess can't hear me, but Network claps his hands very dramatically and goes, oh, of course, we would have done that yesterday had things not gone a little bit awry. Follow me. Does a little hand, like a rallying gesture and quickly starts walking off. I will not give the sort of full narration of this guided tour until we get to parts where it is relevant, but he shows you his big filming setup podium. There are a few small, I'll kind of draw like a little box here, right? I don't have a literal blueprint, but like in the back of the room, sorry for podcast listeners, I'll try to describe this verbally as well. There is Network's main sort of filming podium station place. To the left of that, left looking at it, is the little bat computer sort of research area. To the right of it, there are a couple other smaller filming sets for any purposes. When you walk into the room from the car areas, there is training facilities on either side. So there's like the martial arts one, there's the gun range, and then there are a few sort of hallways going off the sides in between those. And those have a bunch of different rooms. This is very much a kind of Willy Wonka-esque tour that Network takes you on, where he's like pointing to each of the rooms and maybe like showing you very quick, but not going into huge detail on them or like actively taking you in. The doors are not locked. If you want to open one and peek in, you absolutely can. But he shows you the like sound simulator room, which Tom used yesterday to fake that he was not in this strange underground base. You do pass the wardrobe where you kind of see Goo Girl rummaging through stuff. There are other rooms, like storage rooms, which, as best you can tell from the quick look, do seem to have legitimate filming equipment, like stuff that you would see in a TV studio. There is a little cafe area where some of the production crew are just kind of sitting around talking. This is a place that does have food, if Tom wants to peel off and eat.
Oh yeah,
there.
Tom immediately peels off and goes, "Oh my god!"
Okay, perfect.
Like, get whatever is like most carb loaded and like unhealthy he can get his hands on.
Excellent.
Just sugar.
Excellent. Some of the production crew kind of like, not jump a little bit, but they definitely look at you as you're walking in. But you are a shadow man, so whether this is like genuine or something suspicious or just a shadow man has just walked into the room, there's not going to be much of a way to tell.
There's a shadow guy who's like stalking through the cafeteria towards the candy bars.
Yes. But this place does seem very fully stocked. You don't see anything that you would sort of classify as holding cells. But I will give you, I guess, to answer the specific questions as well. For Tom, the people who are in this cafeteria, at least, like everyone you see is just kind of doing their job. They are wearing full body suits and masks, but also like, so are you. This is a sort of dangerous thing, so is it a little bit shady? Yes, but also secret identities, like thinking about it, these people could legitimately be in as much danger as you guys if their connection to this gets out. So can't infer too much from that.
I mean, Tom will try and strike up a conversation with one or two of them, like while he's like stuffing his face. But like we can sort of like, but he'll let like Network and Danny and Taylor just like move on and do their thing.
Yeah, the people there have a conversation with you. They seem nice, friendly enough. They don't reveal any personal information about themselves or the other people talking. They also don't ask for any personal information from you. They seem like they've been sort of trained for this, not in a creepy way, but in like, we know how to do PR because we work on this kind of weird like NDA TV set sort of thing. Not a bad vibe at all, just very professional. To answer Taylor's question about sort of the general vibe of this place, it is very fancy, right? It's kind of like industrial metal, but there's white and gold accents everywhere. If you look real close, which maybe you didn't get a high enough roll to get this, but I'll say it anyway, you can kind of see like maybe some things weren't welded properly. There's some stuff that's a little bit shaky. This place was built in, you don't know exactly how long, less than a month. And once you're outside of the areas that may possibly be on camera, that starts to become a lot more apparent, right? They clearly put the most effort into the stuff that people are going to see. And the farther away you get from that, that's where things start to get a little bit shaky. The last place the network takes you on the tour is at the end of the hallway. You go down a couple, or it wouldn't be stairs, it would be an elevator. You go down an elevator, and you can see out the window of this little hallway that you come into a huge garage of different cars, right? I don't know if you guys have seen this. If you haven't seen this in real life, this is going to be the wildest sentence you hear all day, but if you have heard of it, you're going to know. Have you guys seen the car vending machines?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically, if you have not seen it, just Google car vending machine. They're kind of near me, so I reference these in real life sometimes. But yeah, it's like a giant sort of stacked area with all of the vehicles. You can recognize some of the vehicles that you've seen. There are also, at the top of this area, a bunch of drones. Not like thousands of drones, you can't exactly see how many, but there's a good amount of them there. Once again, very clear that while this place was put together quickly, a ton of money was put into this place. Mm-hmm. And it seems like, for better or for worse, Network did genuinely put a lot of consideration into how this place is constructed and what you guys as superheroes might want from your base. What you want would be available to you. But he does not take you into the garage and basically just shows you that area before turning around and heading back to the main room. If you want to ask him any questions sort of during that tour, feel free to pepper them in now that we've gone over the whole thing.
I would ask him while we're traveling around if there was any other super people that work for him.
That's a good question. He turns to you and goes, at the moment, not yet. I kind of figured that we were going to have some, but I reached out to you guys first, and all of you accepted, so we're still kind of on the lookout for anyone else, but they haven't been popping up like crazy, so right now, just you four. Well, you three and Goo Girl.
If Danny can ever get an aside with network, I think that's when she would like to ask her questions / say her piece.
Yeah, there's probably a moment where TBD's looking at something because Tom peeled off. So
Yeah.
So that business yesterday worked out pretty conveniently, huh? Right during the middle of the president's speech, we big league him, we get all those ratings.
I wouldn't say it's convenient. I mean, people did almost get hurt, but it worked out.
Oh, I'm sure. I just wanted to let you know that I do staged fights for a living, and I can smell a work when I see one.
And that's a good instinct.
I got no problem with things being not scripted, but predetermined. I just like a heads up next time.
If there is any sort of predetermined action, rest assured you will get that heads up. But that's not something in my plans currently. And then he kind of like puts a hand on your shoulder a little bit condescendingly. It's like, but I do like the instincts.
So transparent anyway. No sense carrying on the conversation.
If you want to do like a provoke somebody or an assess a situation to kind of get a little bit more from that, I will
Maybe
allow
this is
you
the
to.
time for Pierce the Mask.
No, Pierce the Mask is definitely. You're right. That's what I meant to say, and I wasn't scrolled down far enough. Yeah, we can do a new check. Pierce the Mask, if you would like to do that. Now, this will be a little bit of a difficult one because you don't know him super well. He's wearing a full body helmet, not a full body helmet. You know what I meant. Pierce the Mask is like an insight check for D&D people. It works the same as the rest, which you'll see, but it's functionally like an insight check.
I just got a vision of like Network as like a Meta Knight character from Kirby.
His little arms and legs out of the helmet.
Yeah.
That is a 10.
A 10, okay. Then that means you get to ask 3 of these set questions here.
Is what are you really planning to forward to ask? I guess I could say more so like...
I should say, you're not asking these literally to Network. You are essentially
Right.
saying to me, what am I trying to gain out of this conversation? And like everything in Masks, I will respond appropriately. So if you want to, like, at this level, if you say, what are you really planning? You're not going to get a villain monologue, right? You're going to get information, but it's going to be relevant to the situation. And asking the right question, like, if you ask a question that's just going to be way too tough, I might tell you, like, nope. You're not going to get much from that. That's kind of the game of this, since it's more of a social system.
Okay. Then that'll be the first question I pick. What are you really planning?
What are you really planning? The vibe that you get from Network when he says these things, like, he wants the show to do well, and when he says, like, if there's scripted stuff, you'll know, that kind of had, like, a little bit of a weird thing to it, because, I'll say this. When he said there's not scripted stuff planned, that was true. When he said there are no scripted things planned, that was definitely true. That is the only thing that you can gain is like definitely true from this. But I'm not saying that the other things aren't. I'm saying that's the only thing you can get a read on. Is right now he does not seem to have any scripted actions planned. If we want to be really pedantic, other than like he gave you guys this arson attack mission, he knows you're going to go do that, but you kind of get what I'm meaning from there. Yeah.
Yeah. My second question would be, because I am genuinely curious, how could I gain influence over you?
You have no fucking idea. You have no fucking idea. You really right now have only seen this man's sort of TV persona. You have no idea how accurate that would be to his real self. If you actually, as a more genuine answer here, the best guess that you would have right now is just like, he wants fame. He wants the show to do well, and you could maybe gain influence over him from making the show do better or worse, or threatening to do so. But also, you're well aware that like he's kind of putting on an act in everything that you've talked to him about, and you have no idea how much or how little his real personality lines up with that.
For the last question, since we've taken the tour, how could I know, potentially, not necessarily like, and I go there now and I find it out, but how could I know how many drones are deployed at a time?
Oh, that's an interesting question. So, that's a good question, actually. You you get the sense that you can probably find that information somewhere, but correct me if I'm wrong here. I'm assuming that comes with sort of the connotation of without network knowing that, right? Because you're not just going to ask him. Assume if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
There. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to ask him like, "Hey, what are your specs? What
Okay.
are we?"
There's actually a great answer to this. When he was giving you the little mission briefing about the arson attack thing, that computer, that setup, had people working there, and there was, if you kind of look on one of the monitors, you think back, there was stuff there about drones. So you might be able to ask some of the production crew. The production crew might be able to answer that question. Now, obviously, like, however sort of obvious or subtle you want to make that, but you get the sense there are other people in this facility who would be able to answer that you could ask or get it out of.
That is good to know.
All right, and with that, we'll try to signal Jess back in. Yep, I see you putting an earbud in. Yep, you're good.
Okay, making sure.
Yeah, you're all set. Sorry, that ran a little bit long. We got secret information that you guys don't get to know yet, or that you don't get to know
excited.
yet. All right. So with that set up, everyone goes back to the main room. Guguru, you've had time. What's your disguise for this? I'll contextualize for everyone again. Again, this is a concert for a group called Band Kids, and they're like emo punk type music.
So you come back, and Goo does not look anything like she used to. She's a little taller than she was. Her face is a whole different shape. She got cheekbones that could cut like knives. Her hair is now a mohawk, like one of those like floppy side mohawks. She's got one of those like punk rocker vests on with like the studs and the pointy bits, and is wearing black jeans and a black shirt underneath it. And she's like, "All right, undercover. I'm ready to go. I am so punk right now."
As they come back, by the way, they're not going to find Tom in the cafeteria. As they come back, like he's not going to be there, but he's going to be back in the studio. He's going to be chatting to like one of the camera people, sort of excitedly, sort of like going, "Oh shit!" So that's like, okay, so that's the focus. And then you put like just like chatting through is like, no, because I went on a Wikipedia dive like a couple of weeks ago. I think I was reading about. I think I started with like one of the MCU movies, but then they were talking about like how they filmed it in the IMAX, and then they were talking about like he's just going on and on and on, like sort of info dumping to this like very nice cameraman who's like seems to be being polite with him, answering a few questions about the camera, and that's what he's been doing like for the past like all the while like we had all this skullduggery happening. He was sort of like just annoying the production staff by getting interested in what they were doing.
And I'll reward you for that with a little bit of information, too. I don't know if this is something that you would necessarily immediately pick up on, but it's something that you've kind of experienced for later. The person you're talking to does know what they're talking about, right? This is not some random goon pretending to be a camera operator. This person knows how this works very
production
clearly.
Staff.
Yeah, this is a legitimate production person who's actually filming. Maybe not a huge surprise, because this is a show, but, like, this person is actually legitimately a professional at their job.
Yeah, can I get it out of one of them, like what else they've worked on? Like sort of like oh yeah, I worked on a TV show for like the CW, or like any like mostly I'm thinking any sense of like what level did they used to work on? Are these like high level Hollywood people, or are these like sort of like union jobbers?
Make me a Pierce the Mask check. It's going to be a tough one, but especially because you're a shadow man. But yes, and this won't be. I'll sort of take that as the question.
So we love our union crew.
Pierce the Mask, that is plus mundane, so that's plus 0. Okay, so that is a 7.
A 7. Okay, so that is a success. Let's see. That is a success, but it's barely above the threshold, and also you are a shadow man, not the most approachable.
Yeah, and presumably they've been instructed not to give too much away.
I think the only thing you're really going to get is, again, this person seems to be a professional. If they are like a hobbyist, they are very good at it. This is not someone who just like made did camera work in their basement or did like student films or something. The caliber you're not going to be able to get from this, but this is a professional.
Yeah, that sounds good to know.
Okay, so now you all go back in. Goo Girl is punked up.
Yeah, I would like to have a brief aside with Danny, the ring bear.
Go for it.
Just as we walk back, or maybe once we get back, and we're all talking again, aside from network.
Yeah.
But I would like to say, all right. I should probably call you by your superhero name, Ring Bear. I need to. So I thought of something. I'm worried it might be mean. Okay, but I was thinking about things you said. Would it be too forward of us to make sure that we have like a signed and finished contract before we do this arson thing?
Oh, duh. Yes, it'd be a super fucking good idea, TBD.
That's not too much.
No, we're doing work. We gotta get ink on paper. God, I can't believe that slipped my mind.
I was just thinking about, I mean, you said like potentially thousands of dollars, and I could, a guy could really use that. You were talking about ink on paper, so
Yes.
could you do that? Could you ask that? Not me.
I'm fucking happy to, dude. And Danny's gonna look for network.
Yeah.
Get this contract ironed out.
He's probably over talking to Goo Girl, complimenting the direction of the outfit.
Thank you. I think it'll play really well on camera.
Hey, work. I was trying to improv like a nickname for you. I don't have it yet. Wanted to talk to you completely unrelated to earlier. We got to get ink on paper in regards to this contract too, because these jabrones thought we were going to get like $300 per appearance, which is obviously incorrect, especially for film stuff. Am I right?
Oh, of course.
So, I mean, I know it's pretty, like, quick turnaround, but do you think we could, like, get that ironed out before this arson thing really quick? Or we could get a look at a draft or something?
Of course, we can get ink on paper right now, or at least we could, but there's one tiny little snag, and he kind of, like, winces a little bit. You can see the helmet tilted. We've run into a bit of an issue with tax purposes, because this secret identity stuff, not necessarily legal. I've got my lawyers working on this. We basically need to have you all set up with, for lack of a better term, fake jobs. We need a reason to be paying you. We need to get this stuff. God, I hate to say money laundering, but I'm going to money laundering. Sometimes you have to do some minor crimes to make sure that everything is fair. That sounded horrible. Don't quote me on that. No one quote me on that. We're working on it now. I can give you a draft if you like. It'll take me a moment.
Yeah, sure, it works for me. I have almost definitely worked for criminals before, some of whom I didn't even know about, so honestly, the heads up would be appreciated, yeah.
Yeah, he snaps his fingers, goes and talks to a production crew member who then rushes off and kind of just gives you a thumbs up. Presumably someone's going to get papers.
What's a little money laundering between friends, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
In Minecraft.
In
IRL.
Minecraft.
Like any tax people who watch the
In
Minecraft parody.
In real life, via pinball machine coin drop.
It's just a little diamond laundering, alright? It's fine.
Okay. Cool. What's a little money laundering between friends in Minecraft? But if you wait for him to do that, a couple minutes later, somebody comes back with probably not like paper, because this digital. They got like an iPad or whatever the non-Apple equivalent, a tablet, and then he comes back and then starts handing or scrolling through stuff. It seems like a legitimate contract. I don't know how much Ring Bear knows about contract law. Probably more than average, I guess, because you are like working in this sort of space. It does seem legitimate. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ring Bear definitely has experience, like, looking through her own contracts and, like, reading through for that kind of stuff, looking for fair rates and all of that. So if it looks legit, then I, the player, don't really care to get into the contract minutia. So.
Yeah, I figured as much. I wasn't... Even if you did, we weren't going to. But the contract does look
I love the
legitimate.
fake documents, but I'm not going to go that far.
No. Not pages and pages and pages of legalese. Again, really all that I can say is from your at least quick glance, it does look legitimate enough. There are parts of it that are unfinished, but parts that would be expected from what Network says he's doing. They're basically just getting all the, like, shell companies or whatever set up to pay you guys without it saying superhero on your tax forms.
Cool.
Makes sense.
Then yeah. I just put on a hoodie for my disguise.
Cool. And
Yeah,
you guys can go
also,
into
like-
as much or as little detail for these as you want. They're just there for fun.
Nothing beats a hoodie, man.
Perfect.
We're definitely gonna be getting some of that like emo makeup on, black lipstick.
Yeah, exactly. Because Tom is
eyeliner,
not
all
going to
that
get
good stuff.
disguise while we're at Network's place. But once we leave in the cars, he's going to sort of like, oh shit, a disguise. And like he'll sort of sit like he's. I guess we're going in separate cars, probably.
Yeah, unless you have a reason why you would request to go together. Network will just go ahead and tell you this. You'll all get dropped off like at various sort of points within like a 2-block radius, staggered times, so as not not to be super suspicious. Even though you're all friends going to a concert together is believable, he's sort of set up precautions here, so it's in your hands. If you don't have a specific instruction, you will go in separate cars.
Okay, then I'll describe my disguise once we meet up at the venue.
All right, cool. If nobody has anything else to do in the Hero Complex or in that sort of 2-hour time skip there, we will time skip to the Alligator. It is later in the day now. There's a bunch of people sort of starting to head towards this place. Network, by the way, in your cars on the phones that he gave you. You get another ping, and it's tickets. Whether they are legitimate or not, you do not know, but you do have entry access to this event via those phones. And yeah, in a span of 10 minutes, 10 to 15, if you're depending on how fast you walk, all of you arrive in front of this venue.
Yeah, and Tom is like seeing the others, presumably sort of being the others, going to go like, "Hey guys!" And as he walks up, like his hair has gotten longer. He has like a long black fringe down over his his whole outfit is black. He's got like black eyeshadow under his eyes, but the only color he has is black at all. And as he gets closer, anyone who sort of looks close to him is like, that's his shadow suit. Like he's I managed to get it to like do that. Like he's talking to Goo Girl about because shape shifting powers, right? It's like turns out like I saw you doing the thing, and it's like I can kind of do the same thing with the shadow.
No, this is awesome. I love this. This is so cool. Can you like make yourself bigger with the shadow? We can experiment with this so much later. This is going to be so much fun, and we should absolutely
that's
do
gonna
it
be
on
cool
camera.
on stream, right?
Yeah.
As you guys are congregating outside, you all get another one of those collective group texts from Network. And he says basically, if you need anything, call me. I'm on the line. And then in separate text, all caps, says, we aren't filming yet. Don't worry. And then third separate text, he goes, there's a small drone already in the venue. Not gold. Looks normal. Gonna pass it off as recording the concert. If things get heated... parentheses, thumbs up, acknowledging his pun for the third time, continuing, then we'll start filming more.
Yeah. Like Umbra will send a text back like please censor my blur my face kind of thing. Like sort of like please don't like show me on stream until I'm in the full suit.
You get another thumbs up.
Yeah, I mean, likewise. But
Oh, this face is fake. You can me.
He actually responds again. He goes, camera in there now, mostly for me, not for filming, just so that I know like what's going on and can help.
Cool.
And then...
Is anybody in our little group over the drinking age?
It's a good question.
'Cause I am
I don't-
18.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tom
I
is
believe
19.
God,
I'm 20.
So close. Would anybody happen to have a fake ID? This is Taylor.
Honestly,
would anybody happen to
Network
have a
would
fake
probably
ID?
make us one if we
I,
asked.
I was
Like,
about to say, if you ask, probably, you'll have to ask. You don't know what
Hold
the response
on!
will be, but if you ask...
Network can get us a fake ID. Network, my man.
I feel
I'm 22. Fuck yeah.
Oh, Rebecca.
yeah,
I feel like
I think-
Danny already had a fake.
yeah. And like I think Tom would definitely have asked for one because he's like worried about like shit. What if they check IDs at the door?
Yeah, if you need one, he'll have one like very convincingly printed out stuff. He checks you. He's like, "Oh, do you want the name to be the same? What are we talking about? Your address?" He's taking notes
different
like
name.
a fully.
Like make it something cool, like Pete.
Yeah, Pete.
Yeah,
Okay.
like not a cool name, but it's the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah. If he didn't have influence over me before, which he did, he definitely does now. I got a fake ID. Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's setting you guys up.
We
with
get
whatever
into
you-
this venue. I go to the bar.
when you get into this venue, you know that sort of trope in anime where it's like, hey, which one of these guys do you think is going to be the main villain? And you look out over the crowd and it's a bunch of very normal-looking people and then one person who's definitely the villain. Mm-hmm. You're not getting that here. Everyone here is dressed weird as hell. There are people with like wild colored hairstyles. There's people with outfits that look like there could be supervillain costumes already. There's people with like weird tattoo patterns that look almost like robotic cybernetic. Whatever the vibe of Band Kids is, which if you guys listen to them beforehand, that is totally, up to your discretion. It seems that maybe a combination of that and then the general sort of trend hype around superheroes now has sort of led to that becoming a little bit more fashionable almost in these types of scenes. So yeah, if there is somebody in here with superpowers, you are not going to see them on sight. Now, we're going to take a brief aside here to talk about a new mechanic, which I'm going to pause here because also, if we want to take our bathroom break here, this would also be a good time to do so. So I'm going to kind of leave that to the room.
I would not mind using the bathroom.
Okay, cool. So,
the bathroom break is
we're going to take our commercial break here. When we get back, we are going to go over the team points mechanic. And then we will get into the investigation. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a minute. Hey everybody, this is Matt with the second commercial break of Power Play. First off, as usual, thank you all so much for watching. I am recording this after the first episode has already come out, so I've seen some of the reactions you guys have had to the show, and it seems like you're liking it a lot, so I really hope that continues. We'll keep this pretty quick today because most of our announcements are regular things. As always, the first thing we're going to plug is our Patreon, patreon.com/the D&Dorks. Subscribing there gets you a lot of cool benefits, access to our exclusive Discord server, early access to new episodes, and an exclusive after show for each episode where the cast talks about what we just recorded. The support that comes from that platform helps us out a ton. We're trying to do a bunch of new things for Power Play, but a lot of professional art is not cheap, and professional editing is not quick to do. So as the editor, I especially would appreciate it if you went and checked that out. And also, by pure coincidence, this episode is airing on my birthday, so go look at our Patreon! And if you're looking for other ways to give us your money, there is a Power Play merch line on the way. I'm not going to say too much about it now because it's currently in the works, but expect it to drop around mid-season and know that it's going to be cool. We are also doing something new with that, and it is turning out awesome so far. Back to regular announcements, though one that is new for this season, the weekly fan art contest. We are still doing those, and entry for episode 2 is up now. Again, you can send those entries to sirsuperheroms@gmail.com, and the prompt this week, as every week, is to make a comic book cover for that week's episode. There is one slight change that we are making to this, but I think it's going to be to everyone's benefit. Since the window for submission was pretty short, I've decided that we're going to extend it to 2 weeks from the episode's date. So the way this will work now is that submission for episode 1 will end when episode 3 airs, submission for this week's episode will end when episode 4 airs, and so on and so forth. A week was a little bit tight, so we're just going to extend that so that people can put a little bit more work into the entries if they want. Obviously, that also means we're not announcing any winners today because it's still open for a week, but you will hear about them soon enough. And our final announcement for this week is about our upcoming charity events, D&Dorks Hearts of Horror, where we will be raising money for the Heart Foundation. These will be airing every Friday in October, live on Twitch, specifically my Twitch at Sir Superhero, at 6 p.m. Central Time each week. They will also go up on the D&Dorks YouTube after broadcast as well. They are not going to be live exclusive, but also like their charity events. So you should come to the lives because they're going to be fun. And one more time, the first episode of Hearts of Horror airs this upcoming Friday, October 4th at 6 p.m. Central Time on my Twitch, featuring special guest Finster. Yeah, the Twitch streamer Finster. That was a wild poll that we got, but Finster's going to be showing up and it's going to be a good time. And with that, the second commercial break of Power Play is concluded. Once again, thank you all so much for listening. Let's get back to the show. All right, and we are back. And we're going to jump right into this next scene. But before we do that, we got a mechanic to run through because we are now introducing team points. For the record, for people who know masks, the official book just calls this team, and you'll have like one team. I think that's bad, so I'm going to call them team points because they are like quantified things. That makes a lot more sense. So we're going to call them team points from here on out. Since you guys have bonded as a team a little bit more, very genuinely, that wasn't forced at all. This introduction is coming along perfectly. we are going to start this mechanic now. So I'm going to read this off from the book directly, maybe my paraphrasing here. When starting a conflict against a powerful foe, you get a new shared pool of team points. Now, at least the way I'm going to do this, not necessarily how the book does it, I'm not sure, but I think this makes the most sense, is basically whenever you are starting a scene where there will be opposition of any kind, right? Or there might be opposition. So you're not going to jump into a fight the second you walk into this place, but it is a scene where things could happen. So we'll go over what the team points do first, and then we will go over how you gain them or lose them. You guys have this on your cheat sheet, but just for the benefit of the audience. So when a player makes a roll, any other members of the team who are like within reasonable distance to help can spend a team point from your shared pool to add +1 to that roll. Now, +1's not a ton, but in the D12 or the 2D6 system, +1's pretty good, and you can do it after the roll is already made. So that's going to help that through a lot. Pretty simple. You can do it on any roll, which is why I give this to you now, because if you're trying to like get information out of somebody or, case the joint or something like that, it's not necessarily combat, it's just assistance. You can also, as I so eloquently put it, say screw everyone else and burn team points for yourself with an ability called Act Selfishly. Basically, you can shift your own labels when you make rolls. Now, label shifting is not something we've gotten into yet because we haven't needed to, but I'll bring this up now. Stats in masks are very flexible because they're how you see yourself. So they can go up, they can go down. You can burn team points for yourself to like do a selfish sort of action, whatever that might be in the roleplay, and then you get to shift one label up and one label down, and it does affect whatever role you were doing the action on. So it essentially lets you buff your own rolls without help from anyone. But then those stat changes last until they are reverted. Label shifts are permanent until changed again in this system. Now, the way team points are gained, this is kind of cool, but a little bit complicated, so I'll try to run through this real quick. Again, you start out with a base of 2 every time. But if there is a team leader, which in this case we're going to just say is network until one of them rises immediately. If the leader has influence over every teammate, which I believe he does currently, you add another team point. So you're going to be starting with 3. If everyone has the same purpose in the fight, you add another one. So you guys in this case are going to be starting with 4. If any team member mistrusts the leader or the team, remove a team point. And I believe Ring Bear does. So that's going to get knocked back down to 3. And if the team is ill-prepared or off-balance, you also remove a team point. Now, you don't have to do that this time, because basically as long as Network is your leader, you're going to be kitted out. You're going to be fine. There are also character-specific abilities that can affect team points. I don't know if you guys have those right now. You can check your sheets. A notable thing here, the leader of the team can mark a condition to avoid removing a team point from the pool if one would be taken from any reason. Network's not with you, so he's not going to do that, because it wouldn't really make sense for him to. But technically, if you really want those team points, but something has like caught you guys off guard, whoever is the leader in this case, which might flex from combat to combat, can sort of lower their health in exchange for putting those team points back. So for this, currently, you have 3, because your team is pretty cohesive, so you have more than the average. And again, you can spend those to assist and add points directly to rolls. With that, letting you guys loose into the alligator. You have shown up, shortly after the doors have opened. The show has not started yet, but there's a lot of people, most of them dressed like freaks, wandering around. There is a bar, which I think is where you guys said you were going to go first. This is an investigation. You can wait till there's maybe an arson attack. You can try to get ahead of it and stop it before it happens. Hero up, guys. Scene started.
Hell yeah.
I am heading to the bar.
Okay.
That's how you blend in. Same.
If anybody wants to join me,
Tom is following. Yeah, he's also going like.
Let's go.
I mean, I have the ID, right? Like it's like sort of with like we have the IDs, right? Like so, it's like.
I mean,
fine.
he gave us the ID. What did you think we were going to use it for?
Yeah.
I mean, yes, he did.
Prime tier building, team building. Danny is absolutely joining you.
Get drunk before the possible fight. It's fine.
Am I the only one old enough to drink on this team?
Technically, yes.
Yes, yeah, you are the only one. Unless you count Network, he's probably older than you.
So much fun. Okay.
I mean, like, I'm not old enough, but I've been pretty successful at drinking. You know.
Oh.
Pretty successful career.
Yeah, so cool.
Yeah.
I'll get shots of tequila for everybody.
Well,
Yeah. You guys go up to the bartender. There's a couple other people who are in line. The bartender is an Indian woman. She's got some cool like geometric tattoos and stuff all along her arms. And when she gets up there, she kind of just looks over and goes, "Yo, what do you want?"
Shots.
Of?
Tequila.
Esplan Gold.
I have no idea what that is. That's out of character, so I'm just going to trust you that that's
It's like a
alcohol.
$30 tequila that every bar has if
Okay.
you want to be fancy and buy up from the base tequila.
Okay, cool.
Esplan Pasado.
The woman kind of just points at you, goes, grabs whatever bottle off the shelf that would be, and just pours each of you a shot before kind of looking at it, and then just like taking a drink of it herself directly from the bottle and tossing it back on. And then I don't know how much this would cost, because I don't go to bars because I'm not that
Too
social.
much.
The last time I went to a bar was in a water park with Nathan. that's not a joke. That's real.
That's true. And a drink there was like $23. So we'll say shots are probably like 10.
Yeah, something crazy like that.
Jesus.
Expensive.
Expensive.
You pick the alcohol, and I don't know how much stuff is. So yeah, she just kind of charges you whatever that would be, and I assume you guys hand it over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all ready?
contract
First one to
money.
cough has to
All
pay.
To contract money. Here we go. Clink and drink. Ah, what the-
Flowery.
Yeah.
I am going to mark off insecure.
I will absolutely allow it.
Hey!
I will
my thing.
absolutely allow it.
Okay, ready for the big day, part 2. Actually, could we get another round, please?
Yeah.
The woman turns around.
Yeah.
She's kind of already gone over and doing something. She goes, "Yeah, fuck yeah, I'll have another one." And then she also takes a story and goes, "Oh, for you guys, second round."
Okay, thank you.
I
Here we
like
go.
her.
Hey-o.
Hey, are there any weirdos in the bar tonight? Like, bad weirdos, not the good weirdos. Like the rest of us, hopefully.
Every single person in here's a fucking freak.
You got
but there's,
that
like,
right.
bad freaks and good freaks. You know how that
Yeah, but they're
goes.
cool freaks. Like any of the like shitty freaks.
You're gonna have to be way more specific, dude.
Is there anyone you could see, like, committing a crime such as maybe not murder, but something less direct, like possibly setting a fire? Have you had
Jesus,
any
sound like a-
bottles of alcohol going missing? Anything like that?
You know what? Since you just walked up and were like, "Does anyone here in this bar look like they would commit crimes such as theft or arson?" Make me a. She's gonna respond, but before she does, make me a pierce the mask check on that. And this is not for a specific question. This is just off her general vibe.
Danny's in an investigative mood, and you gave her 2 shots of tequila, so this is
probably not
how
great.
we're going about it. Yeah. That is going to be a 10.
You're very good at investigating
Wow.
for someone who did not recognize your teammates earlier in this episode. Yeah, so
morning.
she kind of squints at you. It's like, weirdest fucking way to ask that. There are probably criminals in here. Yeah. It's like, she does seem kind of suspicious when she says that, for what that's worth. There's a million reasons why she could sound suspicious. She might just be suspicious of you. But with the 10, yeah, that like, she didn't just shrug that off. She's now sort of looking at you more skeptically.
Yeah. And Tom is like, no, because there's been like there's been arson everywhere, right? Like there's been like old venues burning down and shit.
Yeah, I heard about those, but I can't do fuck all about it, so I wasn't really worried. If there's a fire, I'll leave.
That's smart.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That's good.
That would probably help in the event of fire. Okay.
You guys are
I'm
I'm
freaks
not
too,
really
you
good
know
at this whole investigation
I
stuff.
actually am going to mark insecure.
that? Switch.
That's so
Guy, I'm not that good at investigation. Going away from the bar, not talking to the bar lady. Talking
Okay.
to guys, I'm not that good at investigation. But do we want to just like each pick a spot in the crowd? Some people in the middle, some people on the sides, and wait?
Yeah, I'm actually, I'm gonna go investigate outside and, like, get some air, kind of reset.
For sure, for sure, for sure.
Just, like, my game's feeling a little off, just feeling a little off. So, like,
Yeah, shit. Let's just go. I haven't fucking been to a show in ages. Let's just go take a look around. Like, some dude playing with a lighter or whatever.
You're right.
yeah, there's
I mean,
definitely gonna be smokers
yeah.
in any alleyway we exit to, so.
Gotta make
I
sure
love
Google
concerts.
doesn't step on a joint again.
Accidentally steps on some multicolored pills on the floor, and
Oh, no.
Hey, I'm
all of
wearing
a sudden her
shoes
dude does
for a
weird things to
reason.
people. Yeah.
These Converse aren't here for style.
There was no security at the door, so I have all my gear just under my hoodie.
I mean, yeah, like there was legitimate. No, not much of one. There was a guy, but he wasn't like patting people down. like,
Right.
You
There's
know?
not like metal detectors and like.
No.
Just make sure you pay the cover, have a
It's-
ticket.
It's actually, you know what? Here, I'll sort of canonize this. You can see there was a metal detector set up like nearby the door, and if you had gotten here 10 minutes earlier, you would have seen that this bouncer at the door got so fucking tired of having everybody in this punk concert check all their various piercings that he was like, fuck it, just start going through.
Just move it.
Yeah. So that's the canon reason why there's not security at this.
Incredible.
Yeah, I think like as we're sort of chatting, eventually Tom is just gonna kind of wander off into the crowd, and walk around, and like I think within like 10 minutes, this little emo twink is getting hit on by some dude.
Sure, yeah.
Hell yeah.
That would definitely, yeah, it's Seattle. That definitely is going to happen.
Yeah.
How do I... now
You don't
I
have to roleplay that.
That's like, now I have to roleplay
like-
with this
like-
emo
like-
twink.
My idea of the character is like this is just something that happens to him like anytime he goes out is like every gay guy in the vicinity kind of goes twink.
I mean...
We got him.
Yeah.
And he doesn't mind.
Magic
like,
shadow
at all.
twink.
He's flirting back.
Yeah, okay, so you guys see, we'll establish where everybody is. You guys see Tom wander away. You look a couple minutes later, and he's getting hit on already. Ring Bear was going back outside. What are the other two doing? And
I'll
then we'll,
probably try to make my way towards the barricade.
okay.
I think Taylor likes going to concerts, so I think he knows how to get up where he needs to be, elbows or whatever, and try to get up to the barricade.
Cool. Goo Girl, where are you going?
Yeah, I mean, Rebecca likes concerts too, but she's not a bumping elbows kind of person. She likes that, like, middle area of the crowd where you can dance, but then also leave and go get a drink and come back without getting your drink spilled.
That comes with maturity. That's why you're the oldest in the group.
that is just where I spend all of my time at any rave I go to. So, I don't know, I think she's going to go there, and I think is just going to do the thing that you kind of do where you just hang out until someone starts talking to you, because when you're at that part of the party, there's just somebody's going to talk to you.
All right. Now that I have everybody's positions established, everyone give me an assess the situation check. Unless you're not assessing a situation. I am assuming that everybody is being investigated,
Yeah.
but if somebody wants to abandon this, you can totally do that.
wrong. Tom is
Okay,
distracted.
cool. Tom's distracted. Everyone else give me an assess the situation check. The different system.
That's superior.
That is
11.
7.
Oh, sorry, I'll let you go first, Nathan.
7.
Success.
11.
Critical success. Strong hit. I'm just going to say crit success. No one cares.
No.
8.
8. Okay, so
Hey.
success is all around, and then Tom is here. Let's see. Let's go. Let's start. Oh, you know what? Actually, it kind of makes sense. We'll start in the order that they were rolled, right? So, Taylor, you're up at the front. Are you looking for anything specific, or are you just kind of looking out for anything suspicious? Either way, totally fine. I'm going to ask that to everybody in case you have some sort of clue that you're looking out for. If not, I'll just still give you info.
So the only information we got on this is that the fires emanate from a person.
There have been reports that the fires emanated from a person, yes.
Did
That
the
is basically
report
all you know.
specify that it was a crowd member?
That's a good question. I'm gonna say no. The reports did not specify that. It was just there was like what? Here to give more detail. what most of the reports seem to indicate is the fire started, and then from people like running away, people saw somebody who was on fire. Some of the reports were like, holy shit, somebody was on fire. Some of the reports said someone was like shooting fire in some capacity. And since there have been no reported casualties or serious burns, Network kind of pieced that together. It's like, something weird is going on here.
Got it. And I assume it's not all happening at the same band's concert every time.
No, it is venues just around. Similar venues. Okay. I will give you similar like punk emo rock shows. It's not every concert, sure. But it is a similar genre. Shows it's about
something happening in the punk scene.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I'm at the barricade, but I'm not really focused too much on waiting for someone to come out or the fucking trash opening act. I could say that I was an opening act once. And so I am more focused on just suspicious people around me near the front.
Okay. And you did get a success?
Mm-hmm.
So looking around the front of this concert, you don't see anyone who seems notably suspicious. I will say, Taylor likes going to concerts, you said. The vibe at this is definitely a little bit more on edge than you would think, or than you would be used to. Not like terrifying, not like everybody here is in on some sort of conspiracy or something, but as someone who goes to these kinds of shows, you get a sort of sense of the crowd's energy, and it is a little bit off. Whether that is just because weird superhero shit went down yesterday, whether that's because people are starting to hear that there's been a bunch of venues burning down, you don't know. There is definitely a vibe that seems bad, but everyone around you seems nervous, right? They don't seem like they're going to start shit. Everyone kind of has the same, like, twitchy looking around, like, is something
not as sociable as perhaps other concerts I've been to.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay, I'll just keep my eye on that. That's me.
Cool. Goo same question. Are you looking for something specific? I know you said you were waiting for somebody to talk to you, which I will keep in mind.
And also looking for somebody to talk to. And if somebody's looking nervous, like I'm not gonna go approach that. That's not my responsibility. They can meet somebody else who will make them feel better. I'm here to have a good time and or investigate. So I'm gonna look for somebody who seems maybe not nervous to go chat with.
Yeah. You find a girl like a couple feet away in this sort of middle area with you who just sort of seems like she's vibing. They're by herself currently, whether, she's got friends who are getting a drink or something, you don't know, but she's just there hanging out, kind of like scrolling through her phone occasionally as she's waiting for stuff to start, but seems normal enough.
I think I'm just really, I love your spiky things. You have so many spikes, actually.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I polished them this morning. She kind of chuckles.
They're so good. Have you seen this band before? Are they any good?
I haven't, actually. I've been trying to go to more concerts since I moved here a bit ago. I've gone to a ton of different stuff, but I've never been to them.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, you're new in town then.
Mm-hmm. I just moved here like 2 months ago? Like a little over 2 months ago.
Interesting. Yeah, who all have you seen so far? Like, anyone good? I know some good music in town, but mostly it's not in the punk scene.
I mean, like, since the whole shit happened a month ago, there haven't been like a lot of concerts. They just kind of started up, in the last few weeks. I'm sure you know that. But before, I went to an Eden Winters concert. That was cool.
Oh, Eden Winters. Hell yeah. All right. That's pretty badass. But then this is like the first thing you've done since the concerts have come back, or since like shows have started up again?
She kind of looks around and her voice drops a little bit, not to like a suspicious amount. She was like, I mean, I was kind of nervous because I heard shit was like burning down, but I figured I've been cooped up for too long, so here I am.
Yeah, I've also heard shit's been burning down, but I don't like know anything about that. If it weren't for that super cool superhero broadcast yesterday, I would have thought it was all fake.
Oh my god, it was crazy. I've been following Goo Girl like since she started shit.
Oh yeah, she's so cool. My favorite.
Some of her clips are like really cheesy, but I kind of love her for that.
I bet you she tries really, really hard. But yeah, I'll tell you what. Let's make a deal, right? Because I'm a little nervous about this place getting burned down too. If you notice something about to catch fire, or I notice something about to catch fire, we don't leave each other behind. We tell the other person, we get out.
Good plan. And she holds out a hand to fist bump you.
Yeah, I'm gonna fist bump her too, which is a little awkward because I am made of liquid,
Little bit
so
of-
it does feel terrible,
goopy.
probably.
A little goopy, but it doesn't like sink into your fist.
Yeah.
So
Is it like a non-Newtonian fluid where it like meets back with the same amount of force it gets to it, but then it gets liquidy again?
she kind of looks down and she's like, "Man, I
Like
think I've had
glandular
a
disorder.
little bit to drink already."
Oh, good.
But yeah, if you don't have any other things to say to her, you can ask her anything else. You've made a concert friend. But with that
An extra
established,
set of eyes.
let's move outside to Ring Bear. Same question posed. You were going outside. You looking for anything specific or just a vibe?
I mean, look for a vibe, but let's be honest. We're going out here. It's a concert. Most people out here are smoking either the marijuana or the cigarettes. So anyone who's not doing that is probably a little suspicious for milling about out here.
Okay, yeah, you go into a back alleyway, and yeah, it's the alleyway next to a place called the Alligator. There's obviously sort of alleys on either side. There's not a lot of people, but like enough people standing around out here who are definitely not smoking illicit substances. And you got a really good roll, didn't you? You
It's
got a crit
Seattle.
success.
It's not illegal here.
Oh yeah, that's actually true. You're right. This is a Texas brain. It is totally. Yeah, they aren't smoking illicit substances. It is fine. And you got a crit success, right?
No, I got an 8.
No, Jess was the one that got the crit success. Yeah. You don't actually see anybody out here who is who looks out of place. Everyone here seems like they have legitimate reasons for being out here. The bouncer, like, you see him every couple minutes kind of like peek around just to make sure everything's fine, which is maybe a little weird, but he's not going to act on anything. With an 8, that's all you're going to get.
Okay. Guards checking the alley, or the bodyguards checking the alleyway. You know what? Yeah, I want to go talk to the bodyguard.
Okay. Hey, what's up? You need something?
Oh, it just I was actually worked a bit of security at one of these other venues a little while back. So
Oh shit, which one?
The bowl.
Do you just
You
say
know
the
the bowl?
fucking bowl?
No, it's the bowl. It's like one of those like, it's a venue, but it's also just like kind of a basement venue. But I was working security there for a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, fucking whatever. What did you want?
Well, it's just pretty crazy times, with all the arsons going around with the music venues. I saw you looking in and out of each of the alleyways. Do you guys, have any info? Or you debriefed on anything?
Give me a... There's an interesting... One slight gap that I think Masks has is there's not a good, persuasion check. Because I don't think... Provoke someone might have to be it. Which is not exactly right, but that's the closest thing. For purposes of this, I'll kind of look through the rules and see if we can get a better one for future episodes. But for now, give me a provoke someone check.
All right.
The only bowl that I could find that's a music venue in all of the United States is in Georgia.
Well, I didn't
Let's just stop it
say...
here.
I didn't say it was a Seattle venue, nor did I. So...
Bowl or bowl?
I was taking it as bowl
Yeah,
for soup.
P-O-W-L.
Yes.
And in my head, instead of a raised stage, it's
Oh, like a coliseum. That would be kind of cool, actually.
Yeah,
Maybe I will
there's a-
canonize this.
The bowl at Sugar Hill is an amphitheater north of Atlanta.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's at Sugar Hill, actually.
Every band that plays there says, "Are you not entertained?"
It looks like that. It's crazy.
I'm looking this up for the after show.
Yeah, that's an hour and a half from here. So if this show gets enough views, we'll have a live stream party from the bowl,
Field trip from the
everybody.
bowl!
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure Sky
don't
can get
drive
here with
to
no
Atlanta.
problems. It'll be so easy.
Yeah,
Such a short trip.
Atlantic Ocean,
It's a quick
I
walk.
can swim that.
I got a 6.
A
So-
6. Yeah, you're not going to get any specific information out of this guy. It's just like, oh, yeah, just sort of making sure everything's all right. I'm staying out here because if the building burns down, I don't want to catch on fire.
That's valid. That's super valid. All right, see you later. And I'm gonna beeline for the other alley.
Okay, you're gonna go for the other alley. I should say, since he said that he's checking... Actually, no, he's not checking both. Never mind. In fact, that's a piece of information. He's not checking both. But you go to the other alley.
Okay, interesting.
Other alley looks pretty much the same. There's some people there smoking. It's the other side of the venue. There's like a big mural of an alligator there.
I don't know what I expected, but could I make an assess the situation check or just look around to see if there are any differences in the way of, is there a fire escape on this side? Are there any extra doors? Any other extra points of egress? Anything like that?
Locational stuff. Yeah, I won't make you do a check for that. That's a basic enough thing. Seems like the doors to this place are around the back. So well, you assume that because there's not a door to this venue on either side. But on the other side, there was a dumpster that is not here. That's really the only notable difference.
Interesting. I was like, my stupid brain is like, I should check the dumpster. But then I was like, no, that's a bad idea. But then I was like, I had 2 tequila shots.
I love this because I feel like this is one of those perfect situations where I could have put a clue in the dumpster, or I could just be like, haha, now you're dumpster diving.
If I am playing big, strong individual, I am going to get drunk in episode 2, and that is going to influence my play. Let's check the dumpster.
All right.
Also, I have never been to a punk show where somebody wasn't going through the dumpster. So this is
really okay.
Yeah, this is
just a line in front of the dumpster. People sort of like, hey.
Well, then maybe I should say, importantly, you go to this dumpster. There's not a line in front of this dumpster, which is never something I thought I would have to say. You know, it's the one that's like divided into 2 sides. You open up one side of it, smells real bad in there. There's lots of garbage, unconscious guy, garbage.
What? An unconscious guy?
An unconscious guy?
An unconscious person in the streets of Seattle?
Yeah, that's wild.
Who would have guessed?
But he's not in the streets. He's in the dumpster. That's,
I think this is a great time to bounce over. Tom, are you doing anything specific in the crowd here? I know you're not investigating, but...
I think at this point, like, he's, like, over sort of along the side, like, heavily making out with a guy.
Nice.
Like,
investigative purposes.
Like, investigating, like, the vibe of this particular fellow very closely for a bit.
Investigating the vibe of this particular fellow.
I can roll for it if you want.
You see Network's drone, like, hover over, because it's still sort of flying around. It hovers over and then, like, pans towards you and then very quickly pans away. It's like, oh, shit.
Oh, he's homophobic, I see.
Wow, Network.
Damn.
Handsome.
I mean, your only request was to have your face blurred, and it's not visible right now, so maybe, who knows?
Roll pierce the mask brackets with your tongue.
Right underneath Pierce the Mask is a section called Adult Moves. I feel like that could cover it.
Yeah, there is.
Let's do an adult move.
Let's do an adult move. This is such a wild thing that I have to ask mechanically. Are you doing this for a mechanical purpose, or is it just for the vibe? Okay, cool.
Like, people started hitting on him. Like, he's already got some black lipstick on his neck from, like, some girl, probably. And, like, now he's, like, just fully in, like, yeah, we're at a show. It's a party time. He's forgotten what he's doing.
Got it. And this, for the record, too, not that this is something that is a huge surprise. I think everyone probably could have inferred this. But, like, it's pretty dark in here. There's lights going around. But, like, even before the show technically starts, there's lights, but it's very dark. So your powers are, if they're ever needed, pretty effective here, more effective than usual. But with that, let's not necessarily bounce over, but consult the room. Taylor and or Rebecca, do either of you have anything that you want to do here? I'll give you guys an opportunity, or we can cut back to Danny and the discovery.
I don't know. that there's much more Rebecca's gonna do other than keep trying to talk to people, and I don't think we need to play out every single person that she goes,
Yeah,
oh my
yeah.
god, let's make a pact to not burn to death together and tell each other if we see something.
Yeah, unless you want to do something very specific or like talk to somebody you've already talked to, then yeah, we can just say you continue talking to people and leave it at that.
Same. I got nothing else.
All right, cool. Danny, there's a guy in the dumpster.
There's a guy in the dumpster. Okay, look left, look right. There are people in the alley, but they hopefully won't care if I drag an unconscious guy out of the dumpster. Hopefully they don't assume it's mine. Let's get this guy
This
out of
is
the
my
dumpster.
dumpster, man. It's cool. Yeah, Danny picks up an unconscious guy for the second time today and drags him out of the dumpster. Don't need to do a roll for that.
Is he wearing any kind of uniform or anything? Is there anything on him that can identify him?
Give me a... I guess I should ask, are you trying to, like... There's nothing immediate, like he's just sort of wearing normal clothes. Are you, like, looking through his pockets or something like that? Or are you just sort of scanning quickly?
I think Danny goes for his pockets because the tequila shots are making her bold. But it's like, that's too hard. These pants are kind of tight, and I should try waking him up. So, just gonna... Hey, can you... No, not 5 more minutes. My friend, you were in a dumpster.
Fucking... What? Hold on, why the fuck am I outside? Who the hell are you?
A very concerned citizen who just found you in a dumpster. So, what's up? Who are you? Do you know any arsonists?
Did you say fucking arsonist? Oh shit, is somebody attacking the fucking place? He kind of started, that wakes him up very quickly.
No. Are you the owner? Do you work here?
No, I'm the bartender. What the hell?
Oh, and she was such a generous pour. I liked her.
And you now realize something that I was hoping if anybody would catch. She never asked for your IDs.
That is true. I thought she was just chill.
Seattle.
I was wondering if
Seattle.
anyone
I
was
thought
going
that
to
was
catch
normal.
that. She never asked for your IDs.
When she was taking swigs, I was like, health and safety concerns. But it's a punk show, so who cares?
Danny says, you don't happen to have a second bartender employed, do you?
Not tonight.
Cool. Are you good if I leave?
Huh? Wait, I don't... Who are you again?
Concerned citizen. Not gonna give a name. Bye.
You leave this very confused man, just there, in the alleyway. Where you going? He's gonna take a second to gather himself before he goes anywhere else, so...
Danny is whipping her head all over the place like, where's everyone? I can't find everyone. Do I go to the bar? Oh, God. Oh, I can't get their attention. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. She's in a squat by this point. Fuck. Those fucking shots. I know it can undo this. Danny goes to the bar and orders a tequila shot.
You try, there's no one there. There's a group of people who are like kind of standing around there. Some of them seem more impatient than others. You kind of get a sense that some of them might have been here for a bit. But yeah, there's no one behind the bar right now.
Hey, how long you been in line? Where did the bartender go?
I don't fucking know, man. I didn't even see a bartender, to be honest. I just kind of walked. I figured they were in the bathroom or something, but I've been here for like 10 minutes.
Fuck. Okay, back to the alley.
All right, back to the alley. The guy is sort of picking himself up, dusting himself off. He goes, "Oh, you again."
Do you keep flammable things anywhere specific here? I am looking for an arsonist that went from the bar to somewhere that is no longer the bar.
You're looking for flammable things and you didn't start at the fucking bar?
I started at the bar and no one was there.
Most of the flammable shit's gonna be at the bar. Are you burning this fucking place down? He kind of like... Because you're asking me where all the shit is. He starts sort of going for his phone.
Someone drugged you. That person was not me.
No
that
one
person
fucking
was the
drugged
person
me. I
who-
didn't have anything. I got fucking punched, I think.
Okay, actually... Can I look at his face? Does this look like I recently punched?
So if you wanna... yeah, like, he does, and maybe not, like, directly in the face. There's not, like, a huge black eye or something. But yeah, if you look a little bit, he looks like he's kind of been roughed up a little bit.
Okay.
It was hard to tell in the dumpster because there was, like, shit all over his face, but now that he's cleaned himself off, it doesn't seem like he's lying. Reasonably, he got punched. Actually, yeah, he'll just fucking tell you. He's like, yeah, I got punched, and I got thrown in the dumpster, and I hit my head on the back of the fucking thing.
Okay, do you know how many people were attacking you? Was it just one person? Was it a group?
I didn't really see him that well. I think I saw, like, tattoos on the arms. That was it. It was like like circles. Which, for the record, lines up with the geometric tattoos that the bartender had. The bartender.
Okay. Cool.
You do have our phone numbers.
You do.
Phones
For that
exist.
matter. Yeah.
You do have our phone number. I wasn't gonna pitch it because like, oh, she's drunk, but like, hey, you do have.
You have your phone numbers. You also do have network if you need to contact. Worst case scenario, there is a drone in there.
Right. Danny remembers that phones exist. And yeah, is going to, hey team, hope your investigations are going well. It's the bartender. Found a guy in a dumpster. Bartender gone. Need find. Send.
Group chat's called Grunt.
Yeah.
The group chat says grunt, and then there's just like a little bit that's like network removed group name, and then someone else changes it back to grunt, and then he just leaves
Yeah.
it.
The bartender.
The bartender.
Yeah, like, and Tom, like, sort of pulling himself away from another guy. Like, guess that's like, hey, hang on, wait. Oh shit, right, I was doing that. Dude, sorry. Call me later. And like, he'll sort of dash off in the crowd, like looking to see if he can find the bartender.
And as that happens, because this is essentially a comic book drama, the lights dim as the show is now about to start. It just got way harder to find anybody in this crowd. You hear music start to play very loudly as the hilariously named band kids start to step out on stage.
As a
begin
point
to
of
play.
note, do they have what do they have for lighting on stage? Like, are they like strobe lighting the whole venue, or is it like, do they just have spotlights?
I mean, yeah, I'm sort of taking this off like punk concerts that I've been to. There's like right now it's pretty chill. You can kind of gather from what you see. There's probably going to be some crazy lighting later. Right now it's just starting. Things are pretty normal, but like when they hit like a chorus, yeah, shit might get funky.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the weirdest thing you could probably do at a concert and turn around and face the crowd, and just start scanning.
There's a guy who's just you turn around and you're like directly looking into this dude's eyes. He seems very drunk. He's just going like, hey.
Congratulations, dude! You get the barricade, and I push him in front of me, and I keep looking at the faces.
All right, give me an assess a situation check.
That is superior. I got a 6. Do my teammates have to
Well.
be near me to do a team pool?
So yeah, to do a team move, basically, you have to reasonably justify it to me. Much like everything in Masks. Well, no, Tom might be able to. I've
Because like
kind of
Tom now is
assumed-
also on. Like he's like remembered what he's here for.
Yeah.
So he'll like
You're still in the
I'd
area
say-
that you left too. So yeah, if Tom wants to show up and help, I will allow that.
Yeah, like I think like Taylor is like up at the front, and then Tom is working his way in from the back, and we're sort of like both scanning the crowd at the same time. So
Yeah.
like, I think I'll put like a +1 towards.
Which
Yeah,
turns
so
it to a 7, which
That is going
gives
to push
us
it
a success.
to a success. First thing I will do for that, this isn't necessarily what you were looking for, but it will be helpful. I will go ahead and say that you can spot Danny and Rebecca in the crowd as well. So you have a rough idea of their locations. They don't necessarily see you unless you signal them, but then you, and therefore also Tom, do spot
I will
them.
at least try to like wave and eye contact with them and like be like searching.
I think with just pushed over the threshold.
Did you say it was an Indian girl?
Yeah.
Okay. Indian girl with geometric tattoos. What were they wearing? I guess they could have changed clothes, but at the bar, what were they wearing?
Very sort of normal clothes, kind of like not to the level of punk shirt, just like tank top, shorts, nothing insane.
Okay.
Not like super villainy wear.
Yeah, it's not like their tattoos were fire themed or
the
had, like, orange
tattoos are.
streaks in their hair.
I'll describe them if you're curious. It's like geometric, like circles connected by lines, but they're black. They don't have any fire imagery that you can see on them.
Okay.
They're not
So
flame tattoos.
Just looking for faces and maybe tattoos. But,
With just over the threshold, I will give you that you see your teammates, but that is all you're going to get right now.
okay.
And,
I'm going to start perusing. Not exactly on the barricade, just kind of. It's a lot easier to go left and right in a concert than it is to go back and forth.
Very true.
Yeah, I think Tom, like, sort of seeing that like Taylor has this covered, like spotting Danny and Rebecca, so like is kind of gonna have like a moment of thinking and then kind of go right, and he's gonna like basically in plain view of anyone who's paying attention, but hoping everyone's drunk. He's gonna shadow step through a shadow and go backstage.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, very cool. Some people, like a guy who is next to you, kind of just like rubs his eyes and like reaches out and sort of waves his hand through where you were. But you're a shadowy silhouette figure in a room full of crazy lights. Not going to get any far with that. So yeah, you teleport backstage. This is a question that I don't know if we've necessarily narrowed down, but do you like? I was going to say, do you have the ability to sort of teleport into places where you wouldn't be noticed, but you do specifically teleport into shadows. So yeah, you're able to teleport into a sort of back corner area shadowed by some crates of, lights or something like that. You are backstage. If you're looking for something specific, give me an assess the situation check.
Yeah, like he's looking for the bartender, obviously.
I figured,
that's what he's looking for. But like also just like he's checking like for the scent of smoke, right? Like for anything that sort of indicates the presence of fire. Like he's on now. He's locked in.
Got it. Give me a check.
So, assess the situation. 2d6. Don't fail me now. That's assess the situation. That's superior, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, so that's an 11.
11, that's a critical. Okay. You already asked your question, so I'll just go ahead and give it to you. You do not see the bartender. You do not smell any smoke or anything like that. But since you got a crit, I will give you a little bit of information. You can see from where you're standing one of the back doors to this place. And if you look, the metal around the handle is melted.
Uh-oh.
Seems this is probably how she got in.
Yeah, he'll like run over. Is it still hot, the metal? Like, is it like still sort of like steaming or?
No. From the way that it's melted, but it's cool. So again, I'll say this is probably how she got in. There is nothing here to suggest that she has left recently through this.
Yeah. Okay. Like he'll sort of like look at that and go, oh shit. And like if there's like a roadie or anyone backstage, like he'll just like around. Hey, like the bartender, have you seen her anywhere?
No, I've been back here the whole time, man. I'm not drinking about the job.
God. Need to get a hold of her. Like, if you see her, tell me, and like he'll dash off, like, but basically pretending he's supposed to be there.
Yeah, I don't know what the bartender. Okay, whatever. And the guy goes back to whatever he was doing.
Yeah, and that's like he'll be backstage. Like anyone he sort of spots back there is like, hey, have you seen the bartender? Like Indian, like tattoos up the arm.
Cool.
That's what he's doing back there. While things are happening elsewhere.
So Taylor's scanning from the front. You're looking around backstage. Rebecca and Danny, what are you two doing?
So Goo Girl has a really bad idea.
Excellent.
And where you went behind the stage, I think she's gonna get on stage. And I think she's gonna go green when she does it.
Oh.
Because the thing is
what a wild
the bad guy's
choice
here now.
lore-wise. Okay.
So she's gonna turn green and jump up onto the stage and just be like, "Hey, I need your microphone," to this man who's singing punk rock in her face and probably can't hear at first, but will hopefully be surprised enough to stop what he's doing.
First off, I love when players do things that so unintentionally work really well with the stuff that they didn't know. Secondly, I mean, it is a thing that I believe, and Nathan can confirm this, that it is like quieter on stage than it is out in the crowd because all the speakers are facing outwards.
So you just got the monitor.
Yeah, so Goo Girl, I'm not even going to make you do a check to get on stage because you're made of slime. If people try to stop you, how are they going to do that? So you're able to slither your way on stage, as it were, pretty effectively. You grab the mic out of this guy's hand mid-song. You know, there's the little, like, record scratch sort of thing as everyone sort of trails off. This is maybe going to be scary. Before we do this, I want to know where Danny is. I want to have an idea of where everybody in the room is currently.
What's Danny been doing?
Yeah.
I think... I think Danny's just been, like, working her way through the crowd, looking at corners of the room, looking for doorways and stuff that the bartender could have gotten to.
So, for my note, edge of the room. Danny's at the edges of the room, somewhere along the edge. Taylor's at the front. Tom is backstage. Goo Girl's on stage. That does mean nobody's, like, roughly in the center.
True.
Which works out great for me. So, Goo Girl, you have the mic. The guy who was singing, the lead singer, does not immediately stop you. He seems confused at first as to how somebody got on stage, and that confusion from him and everyone else in the room sort of mounts as they realize who just got on stage. But you're in the forefront of everybody's minds right now, so he's not going to immediately stop you. You have the floor.
All right. I'm going to be like, "Hey, everyone, sorry to cut off your show. Official superhero business going on. We are looking for a woman with geometric tattoos on her arm. She was behind the bar moments ago. I believe she's an Indian woman."
Fully just interrupting you.
Yes.
You hear, out of a dark section in the center of the crowd, a somewhat familiar voice just shout, "Motherfucker!" And then, from the darkness, you see a glow. A golden, sort of orangey yellow glow.
Everybody out of the building
emanate down the tattoos of the bartender who you were talking to earlier. And as this light sort of illuminates around her, these circles in those tattoo shapes ignite. I have just sent the art of your second villain in the chat.
That looks so cool.
Yeah.
So cool. She's so cool.
Oh yeah, I love her. And as these sort of thruster-like jets start to light up all over her body, Goo Girl, just go ahead and take a powerful blow for me before I describe what's about to happen.
Yeah, that's fair. I was wondering about me drinking earlier going into this when I just said I absorb properties from things, and I'm wondering if a little high alcohol content to be dealing with that. That is a 1 and a 4, or a 1 and a 3, which adds up to a 4.
That's
and
actually
then what
good,
do I add to a powerful blow?
You add your conditions to powerful blow.
Okay. Which are none, unless you count slightly alcoholic.
I will not count slightly alcoholic for this.
I'm like 2 proof.
So yeah, you got a 4?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. In that case, you stand strong. You do not get hit by this, which is very, very good. As this woman sort of steps forward as everyone around is immediately starting to clear the area. And I think the person who would have the best view of this is definitely Danny. As you see her step forward and a jet on the back of her leg fires larger, sending her flying forward directly towards Goo Girl with this like wild jump punch. Which Goo Girl, being slime, you're able to sort of squish yourself down and duck out of the way as she slams into the drum set, catching part of it on fire as everyone starts to run away. I think now's a good time to switch over to the hero overlay. This is a combat. Let's do that. Combat has engaged. So, she's on stage. That was her hit. Let's see how this happens.
Right here next to me.
She's like at the back of the stage because she kind of hit and rolled a little bit, but yes.
Okay. I'm going to try something else kind of stupid. Fire is coming from these holes, and I'm made of goo. If I try to like plug one of those circles up with like a blast of goo power, I want to know what happens. And I think that's going to be unleash your powers.
Yeah, I was going to give you an unleash your powers check for that.
Okay, and one of these days I will not have to look at what every single roll is, but let me just look at what this roll is really quick. This is...
Unleash your powers is freak.
Freak. Oh, I've got a little bit of freak in me. There's a 6 and a 4 plus...
She said, everyone here's fucking freaks.
Yeah, that's true. 11 with my...
11, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, describe exactly what you're trying to do here.
Yeah, all right. So in this beautiful art that you've just sent us, she's got all these little like circles on her where the fire is coming out of.
Yeah,
like,
think
like
of them like blowtorches that are just sort of constantly burning.
Yeah, and I think just whichever one I have the best shot at, which is probably gonna be like a shoulder or an arm if I'm behind her.
A shoulder one.
I'm just gonna fire just a goo blob at it and see if I can't just block it. Just one less place to shoot fire from.
Yeah, you fired this blob, and as she's sort of starting to stand up, this blob hits her in the shoulder, covers the little port. She sort of goes, "What the fuck?" And sort of like does this sort of move, slams her arm down, and the blowtorch fires harder and just burns it off instantly.
Okay, not good. Not good.
And then, and by the way, clearly everybody has heard this now, so you know what your sort of respective positions are. But yeah, Goo Girl, you're going to have to take another powerful blow, because she's right up on you.
Bill's going first. Okay. That one is a 2 and a 2, so another 4.
Okay, wow, you're getting really lucky with these. Yeah.
Very nice to me.
She does the exact same trick, trying to see if that hits the second time. She doesn't say anything, she just kind of lets out a yell, and fires the jets on the back of her legs again, thrusting her forward. You dodge it, meaning that she is going to land in the rapidly fleeing crowd, back out. This time she does sort of land it. She rolls, she doesn't hit anything. She rolls and ends up sort of standing. But that does put her right sort of going over to ABD and probably relatively close to Ring Bear, if either of you guys have reactions to that.
I was able to use the brief period of Goo Girl getting beat up to take off my hoodie and put on my mask.
Yeah. I figured that was able to happen pretty quick because it's dark. So
I would immediately like to ask the Fates that be to let me unleash my powers, whatever they may be.
Go for it.
Okay, rolling some freak. Still have a -1. But that is a 10.
A 10. Okay, that is a critical. So that is pretty good. Let's see, what would be the best thing in this situation? The person who is in the most immediate danger is Goo Girl, as the only person who's really been attacked. And you got a crit, which means you're going to get the sort of necessary power and some rough idea of how to use it. And this will kind of be interesting. You actually get similar powers to Goo Girl in a kind of weird way. Yeah. You get you kind of feel your body start to liquefy a little bit, not to the same extent, but you also can like fire these sort of liquidy blobs out, which is odd because Goo Girl did that and it didn't work.
Cool.
But that is the sort of quote unquote necessary power here.
I assume I'm a waterbender now, so I'm just gonna try to fire hose at this heated woman.
Give me an Unleash Your Powers check. Oh, by the way, I think this is sort of needless to say, but as you're doing that, as people are fleeing this venue, every time someone like slams open the door to run, you see another golden drone swoop its way in. Anyone who is sitting at home watching their TV is going to see Network come on the air. Once again, the broadcasts are going to be the recaps for this show, so you're not going to get this. But yeah, Network is filming. Stuff is active. Everybody's in their suits.
Here we go. That's only a 3.
Only a 3? See, now this is kind of interesting because with that, like, a 3 is supposed to have a sort of bad effect on Unleash Your Powers, but...
He did get a crit on Unleash, though.
You did get a crit on Unleash, but
Are you sure it's not directly engage a threat?
For the first time you're going to use your power... Regardless, what I was going to say, you'll like this, is I was going to say it's like... The obvious thing is it's going to miss and sort of hit Goo Girl. But I do think in this case that wouldn't be that bad. Goo Girl, you're probably able to sort of process being struck by liquid pretty effectively. So, yeah, there you miss, but there is nothing else radical that has happened. By the way, Tom, I'm assuming that you are making your way over here. I will not necessarily force you to do that in a certain way.
Having been backstage and sort of seen this happen, has managed to get past a fleeing roadie or whatever, and he will sort of run off the stage, jump off, and he'll try and hit this lady with a shadow tendril, but it's not gonna work. As his shadow sort of closes in on her and hits the light, it almost bounces off and sort of refuses to do anything, and he's like, oh shit.
I mean, yeah. Take a powerful blow for me if you're gonna intentionally miss, which I very much respect. That is a weakness here. You're gonna have to take a powerful blow for that.
It's his weaknesses to his powers.
No, it's good. It's very good. I'm sorry for you.
That's an 8.
An 8.
And I tried to defend him.
Yeah, go for a defend.
Okay, so it says if a threat you're trying to protect. It says if the threat you're trying to protect someone from is another player character. It's not. Okay.
Yeah, we didn't say this yet because it didn't matter in episode 1, and it will probably matter at some point in the series. Defend someone has a minus to the roll if you are trying to protect someone from the actions of a teammate. Intentional or otherwise. If one of your teammates does something that puts somebody in danger, you have a minus to defend that, which is an interesting mechanic. But if you succeed, you can add teams to the pool.
There are no opposed checks. I just have to hit my defend for him to be defended, right?
Yes.
So, yes, I will say...
Depending on how well you hit it, you might take some damage yourself.
Yeah, that's the thing. The only way that you can sort of get out of this unscathed is with a crit. If you hit, it says you succeed, but risk exposing yourself to danger or escalating the situation somehow. So think of it not as a sort of perfect block, but more of a mitigation kind of move.
You got it. That is, I am a very good savior. That is an 11.
11. Okay, yeah. You get a full strong hit there. So that means you also do get to, I'll let you choose your thing first. You can either take influence over someone you protected, so you can get influence over Umbra. You can clear a condition from your sheet, or you can add a team point to the pool.
I'll add a team point to the pool.
Yeah, that is the main way that you can get team points in combat. Actually, I think the only way, unless there's a character-specific move that one of you has. So, I'll describe the sort of attack, and then you can describe how you want to defend that.
Amazing.
Seeing the sort of lash come out from Umbra's tendril, but also seeing that doesn't do anything, this, as of yet still unnamed woman, turns to you, smirks, and rears back an arm in what looks like a very telegraphed punch, but as she hits the sort of apex of this, one of the jets on the back of her elbow fires and basically jackhammers it directly into where your face would be, but TPD manages to step in.
Yeah. I don't know the extent of my powers, but I assume if I have a liquid form, then I can kind of take hits. So I just jump directly in front of it.
Okay, yeah. You jump in with your more liquidy, not full goop form, but, enough. And this, the force of this jackhammer punch is enough to actually sort of go through you all the way, but it has been reduced enough that for Umbra, you just kind of get like, as the last remaining bits of this hit clear, but don't do any damage.
Glowing arm comes close to Umbra, though, his shadow, over his face is recoiling and literally pulling back from his face a little bit, and he himself is like, whoa, all of a sudden sort of jumping back, and it's like, TBD, and he's gonna get some distance, and I'm gonna mark afraid.
All right. All right. Let's see. Check everybody's stats. She just sort of launched an attack. So yeah, Ringbear.
Who guy? I would like to make an assess the situation check.
Go for it.
With a specific question in mind. I might as well just roll it first, though. That's a 7 on the dot.
You get your question.
Is there anything in here I can use to either extinguish flame or interact with this villain hand-to-hand without harming myself due to flames? I'm pretty sure I have no fireproofing.
Here's where I get to be a little bit mean. You got a hit, not a strong hit. One question. That was 2.
All right, then.
What you want?
Is there anything here I can use to extinguish flame? Is this building up to code? Do we have a fire extinguisher?
This is a concert place. There have been pyrotechnics at shows before. There is definitely fire prevention stuff somewhere. And I'll just go ahead for the sake of convenience and say that you can see it. There's a fire extinguisher off near the stage, on the side.
Cool. I'm gonna grab that before diving in and seeing if I can, at base, get a hit without possibly burning to a crisp.
Okay.
So we'll go over to the fire extinguisher. I picture it being like off on one of the backstage wings, and then run and jump and try to hit a flying forearm on the villain who is on the show floor.
Okay. Is flying forearm one of your signature moves? I'm assuming not.
No, that's just.
I was like, their signature moves have more sauce to the names. So in that case, give me a directly engage a threat.
And I'm going to use the move that allows me to add superior. Doesn't matter. That was a 3 on the die.
Ooh.
Superior makes it a 5.
Damn.
So you can't even team that one.
Well, how many team? We have 3 team points.
Oh, wait.
You can. There's like only
teammate
one person
can
can
do
get
Yes,
one.
Right.
You're actually right. I did forget to mention that. It's not that you can only use 1 per roll. Each teammate can only add 1 per roll. That was my bad.
Right.
First time we're using the system.
We would need to use
I would
2
say
to get this
everyone is probably close enough to make that work because you're jumping off the stage. That's where Google is, and the other 2 are in close combat.
If Google and like TPD are already like engaging her, like they're sort of like she's dealing with their like goo powers. I feel like that's a distraction, right? Like that's enough that like Ring Bear has an easier time landing a hit.
True, but also you don't necessarily know how this person's powers work in full yet.
This is true.
Everyone is within range if you want to do a team boost to that.
I am down.
It will cost, I believe, after this you will have 1 point remaining because you started with 3, you used 1, you gained 1 from the defense. So you will have 1 team point remaining for this.
No. We started with 3 because only 1 was subtracted at the beginning.
Yeah,
because we weren't off balance.
You started with 3.
I used the team point earlier that
okay.
And you started with 3.
back.
Okay.
You used 1, got to 4. Or no, you used 1, went down to 2. But then the defense was successful, and Nathan chose to gain 1, so you're back to 3. So if you use this, you will have 1 in the pool.
I'm down.
Let's do it. Let's use them. Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right.
We're both,
The power of friendship.
So that is going to boost it up to a hit. Now, that does not boost it up to a crit. So, Mike, you still do have to pick which of these sort of things that you want to do with your directly engage. So again, you can either create an opportunity, impress. I think you can't do the impress with this ability. You can take something from them, physical or metaphorical, or you can basically flawless hit and not take anything back in return.
All right.
But you will hit regardless. That has happened. It's just what's
Down
your
to
sort of
1.
bonus.
Sorry, I'm getting these options up in front of me. I would like to create an opportunity because I think I am not the most effective person to deal with this threat. And I feel like there's got to be something to DBD's power here.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, the hit works. You can describe that as you go. I'll let you take it.
I would say we go in for the flying forearm. It doesn't hit flush. She kind of grazes her with her elbow and flies past, but that's probably for the best because that also means we're not making very hard contact. And also, those glancing blows can be a real pain in the ass. So it probably drives her head to the other direction.
Now, given that you did not take resist or avoid your blows, as you are going over, you kind of pass by one of those active torches, and you do get a little bit singed, not enough to necessarily give you a condition, but you do have a slight injury now. So just sort of keep that in mind. But the hit does work. There is now an opportunity for allies, so you guys want to capitalize on that, go for it.
Before we do that, TBD is going to shout to Umbra, because I actively saw and stopped the whole thing that was going on, and I assume I noticed the weird thing with the light and his powers.
I'll say yes, yeah. It wasn't super subtle.
I would like to do a check we haven't done yet, which is comfort or support someone.
The other support check, yes.
So I basically want to say to Umbra, be like, don't worry, man, we got this. There's a lot of people trying to get out a very small door. Just it's dark over there. Make sure people don't get trampled.
All right, give me the roll.
That's a mundane roll.
Such a boring sounding stat, but it's just the
Taylor
normal person
does
one.
feel rather mundane
Yeah,
most
it's-
of the time.
Yeah, mundane is your ability to like be a person rather
Yeah.
than a superhero, so that's important.
It's a very important stat. I wish they had called it something other than mundane. I don't know what it would have been called, but mundane is such a bad name for a very important stat in this. That's the Peter
rolled a
Parker
9.
stat. A
Could have called
9.
it mensch.
Oh.
Okay, so yeah, that is good. That is well, there's a kind of funny thing you could do here, which wouldn't matter, but I'm just going to say it for mechanics purposes. If you get a 10 plus on this roll, you can add a team to the pool or clear a condition. So that's another way you can get team points. So if you wanted, you could have somebody
So I
burn a
could
team point
spend
and then just immediately get it back, which would do nothing because there's no other effect for crit here. You kind of have a choice here. The benefit of this is not chosen by the person who does the action. The benefit is chosen by the target. So Umbra, you can now either clear a condition or do something we haven't done yet, which would be a little bit more major, and shift labels. For those of you who don't know what that is in the audience, shifting labels, you take one stat and you move it up one, you take another stat and you move it down one. That is not a temporary effect. That lasts until something causes you to shift them again.
Yeah, I think I'm going to shift danger down one, and I'm going to shift savior up one.
That makes sense, because I'm telling you to go be a savior instead.
All right,
I like
cool.
it.
First label shift. For those of you who are wondering why we also don't have like stat cards edited in for this, like we did with Tales from Kazlor, it's because they would change multiple times an episode in some cases for different people, and I just simply do not wish to bother. So that's why we're not, is because they're way more flexible. It's not just like level ups. But yeah, that is a little bit of a buff to you. Goo Girl, you also have an opportunity here that you can take. That, I'm going to say that was TBD's.
Yeah.
If you want to do something here.
That's fine.
Yeah,
What happened to that fire extinguisher? Are you still holding on to that?
I would believe so.
Ring
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless otherwise stated.
You got a plan?
Yeah, I'm gonna just shout, Ring Bear, extinguish me.
Fucking yeah.
Yes. Turn her into like fire extinguisher liquid.
Yeah.
She obliges with glee
Fuck yeah.
on her face, understanding what you're getting at.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not gonna. That's not an unleash your powers check, so I'm just gonna sort of let that happen. You got an opportunity. That is your opportunity that you get. But yeah, you got it. You start to spray Goo Girl with this fire extinguisher stuff,
And
which
I've
just
done
sort of
everything I
gets
can to absorb it.
amassed on the inside, I guess. Your as of yet unnamed rival looks very confused at that, but is smart enough to sort of get an idea of what is going on here. And since you now have stuff, she's gonna try something based on something that she noticed before. TBD, take a powerful hit.
What? Okay. Who, me? That's just, I just roll and then add conditions.
Roll and then add conditions, yes.
Okay, and I don't have any conditions because I'm a little tipsy. So high is bad. So
High is
that's
bad in this.
7.
A 7? Okay, that is going to be a hit here. You, as everyone is sort of distracted by whatever the fuck Ring Bear and Goo Girl are doing, the bartender kind of looks at you, looks at her hand in this opportunity, and you see her start to process what happened the last time she starts to punch you, and she rears back actually to do it again. And this time, she makes contact with the same sort of jackhammer thing, but less strong. And as she punches, her hand sort of lands within your liquid form. She just stares at you and smirks as you feel her hand open, and the liquid that makes up your body start to boil. This jet rips her hand right out, so you basically get this burning sort of slash mark as she goes, boom!
Talk about a searing
steam
headache.
starts rising up. Let's see, what is the mechanical effect that's going to do other than hurt real bad?
Goo guy, no.
Now, you do get to pick. You do get to pick because Mask is very nice. Your opposition is either going to get an opportunity here. You can inflict a condition on a teammate, or you can mark 2 conditions yourself.
2?
2. Remember, that's the trade-off, is you can either have a teammate do something stupid and they mark 1, or you mark 2. I love that mechanic. So interesting for roleplay purposes. And you get to pick which ones they are. This is not a specific.
I can
So
have a
that's on me.
teammate mark 1.
Yeah, it's
Or-
you lash out verbally, provoke a teammate to foolhardy action, or take advantage of your influence, which is a different thing, to inflict a condition on them. You struggle past the pain, mark 2 conditions, or you give ground, your opposition gets an opportunity.
I give ground.
You give ground? Okay. Now, here's the
Do I still have
unfortunate...
to mark a condition, or do I just give ground?
Well, no, here's the thing about that. You give ground. Goo Girl is currently, presumably, somewhat fireproof. And that attack she just did worked really fucking well. So she's going to do the same thing, double hit with the other hand, and since it worked and you have an opportunity, add a +1 to the powerful blow that you take now.
Cool. All right.
Gonna go for another fire punch.
No.
That's a 10.
Ooh, okay. All right. Now
That's a 10.
you have the other list, the strong hit list here.
Great. This
You
is
can
why I don't
either-
fight people.
Either you remove yourself from the situation, which I get to decide how exactly that happens. 2, you lose control of yourself or your powers in a terrible way, which again, I get to determine the specifics of. Or 2 options from the previous list. And remember,
Okay.
if you mark a condition, or if you are forced to mark a condition, when all 5 are marked, you're also out, basically.
Right. Okay,
mark
so
a 6,
either
you're
1
out.
from the strong hit list or 2 from the regular hit list.
Yes.
Holy shit. Okay. If I was going to pick 2 from the regular hit list, I would...
I love this, because you could give another opportunity, but this is working. Is she just gonna
I
keep
know, I
fucking...
know.
Is she gonna JoJo's Bizarre Adventure just punch flurry you?
literally get boiled alive. Okay. On a strong hit, you must remove yourself from the situation, flee, pass out, etc. You lose control of yourself or your powers in a terrible way, or 2 options from the previous list. Mm-hmm. And then 2 options from the previous list is lash out verbally.
We should probably sort of establish, like, if he gets like knocked out by this, which I think would be reasonable given the kinds of hits he's
Not impossible.
Yeah, can someone else get him back up? Like, is there a way? Like, would that be
Or am
like
I just out of the
comfort and support someone to sort of get him back up, or?
It depends on the specifics of the situation. Like, it says, the actual thing in the text of the book is you must remove yourself from the situation, flee, pass out, etc. He could run away, he could pass out, in which case you could sort of try to get him up, but there's not a mechanic for that. This is not you get knocked out, it is you essentially leave in whatever way that might be, and that is going to be situational depending on what happened. Given that you are getting, like, fire blasted while you are in a sort of liquid form, it's not going to be you running away. It's you're going to have to take some time to heal from that.
Yeah. I know you get to decide how this happens, but I think I know what I want to pick, and I do have perhaps intention on how it could go. Not exactly,
Pitch it.
but I'll take one of the strong hits, which is you lose control of your powers in a terrible way, but under like the pretense that like my powers are about saving people, and in this moment they are deciding to save me.
Okay.
Oh, Darwin.
Interesting.
If you don't want to rock with that,
No.
then,
I like it. I think that's fun. I'm just trying to think. Let's see. Ooh. I kind of like this, actually. That's sort of interesting. Yeah, I really like this. So, I keep wanting to say her name, and you don't know
that's
it yet.
worrying.
This is
like, yeah.
No, this is cool. So, as the second sort of blowtorch hit rips out of your other shoulder, it's going very fast because it's literally jet powered, right? And as the liquid of your body starts to separate, it very quickly hardens, preserving the humanoid form, but essentially turning your body into like cement. And you can't move. You definitely took that hit and you're alive, but the way that you were saved is your body cannot be separated by this attack. and now it can't be moved at least for a little bit.
So
I
I'm
love
like
TBD's power.
Medusa?
I get to do so much bullshit.
Yeah.
Am I like a stone sculpture in Medusa's garden, basically?
Yeah, you are basically stone sculpture right now.
Terrifying.
So she kind of looks and goes, what the fuck? Let's see.
Okay.
Well, yeah, everybody else saw this happen. It's kind of on you guys now. The combo move has been set up. What are you guys doing?
I think this is gonna be a reckless action. I think I want to mark angry because I don't know what the fuck is. Oh, sorry, you were wanting to.
No. I was going to say something, and I decided I would say it after you guys did your thing. So go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna mark the angry condition because I just saw TBD have the coolest power he could possibly have. Became the other goo person on the team, and then just get fucking turned to stone.
Yeah.
And I was gonna take angry and then immediately move to either directly engage or unleash abilities, and kind of mimic that same rocket punch with like a water jet out of the back of my arm, and just hit her with the same shit.
Nice.
Give me that seems like a simple enough attack. I mean, relative to Goo Girl's powers. So give me a directly engage a threat, and give me a +1 on it.
Okay. Directly engage a threat is which skill? Where's my dice?
I believe
That's
that is danger.
Danger. Okay. And my danger is -1 because I'm a goo
So
blob.
now
I'm not
it's just
that
a flat
dangerous.
roll.
Yeah. And that comes out to a 7, 5 and a 2.
A 7. Okay, that is going to be a success. I will let you describe how you do this punch, but the reason you get a +1, since you hit, I'll give you this. The bartender seems very focused on TBD, right? She got this good hit in, and now she's kind of just like throwing punches in a frenzy, not paying attention. She has gotten hyper-focused on this and is just outrage, slamming, like little chips of this, like tiny bits of the suit are like flying off, as she is basically, I kind of have been saying the phrase jackhammer punch. That became more literal as she's just flying these jet punches directly into TBD, not paying attention to what you were doing.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So she's doing that and she's focusing hard, and this is just like out of left field, just like a fist just straight to her face.
Yep.
A fist made of flame repellent and goo jet to push it forward. the exact same jackhammer punch she's doing. I'm just throwing it back in there. Right, like I'm ready to turn this into goddamn Rock'em Sock'em robots against this girl if I have to.
Your hit makes solid contact. It throws her backwards, well away from TBD. She is now, so I assume that you kind of like released some of the fire repellent stuff. You're not just keeping that sort of contained. So yeah, she flies backwards, sort of slams into the wall at the other side, covered in this kind of stuff, and stands up. Eyes glowing just like her tattoos are. There's like a little bit of light coming out of her mouth. She's just kind of panting. She looks outraged. Like, she's not talking. You're not sure if she could muster words right now. She is pissed. And you're not entirely sure why. She's like more than she reasonably should be angry right now. But that was a nice enough hit. So, I was going to say, Umbra, Ringbear, you guys have an opportunity here. TBD, you're stone at the moment.
Yeah, I'm out of commish.
Yeah, like Umbra is trying to get people out of the building still. Like, and I think literally by the doors is like he's gonna try and use his shadow tendrils to like literally rip them open so that they're properly open, and like usher people, like, because people are gonna be crushing at the door, right? Like they're all gonna be sort of mashing past each other. He's literally gonna be like trying to use like shadows to like separate people and like make them flow out of the doors without getting in each other's way. Like that's basically what he's doing. He's gonna at some point look back over and like see that TBD has turned into a statue and Goo Girl is in like a literal punch fight with the bad guy and kind of go, oh, holy shit.
Yeah, and she's glowing even more now too, so that's definitely scary for you specifically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not going to make you do a roll for getting people out. That's your powers are well suited to that. People are wanting to get out of here anyway. I will say one more thing before we check what Ringbear's doing. She's now been slammed into a wall, so the building is starting to catch fire.
Oops.
A lot of it has sort of been mitigated by the fact that Goo Girl also sprayed with a fire extinguisher blast, but she's been impacting stuff. The flames are starting to spread around this venue. Ringbear, what are you doing?
I had an idea, but then I didn't have an idea. And since she's not extinguished, excuse me, I'm going to directly engage the threat. by throwing the empty fire extinguisher at her. Ranged attack.
Go for it.
And since I can't really pull punches on that, I'm not going to use my ability because that's the flavoring on that. So I'm rolling plus danger, which is -1. And it doesn't matter because that's an 8.
An 8. All right. Yeah, that is definitely a hit. I'm not really sure. Well, no, you get to pick. You get to pick what your sort of effect is.
Yes, let me go through the effects once again. Take something and create an opportunity. I would like to create an opportunity for Goo Girl. It's pretty much the entire intention.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Goo Girl, you're up then.
Yeah, I mean, this is just going to be another jackhammer punch. This one, I think I'm aiming to do the like Ippo punch them straight down into the floor kind of thing.
Give me another directly engaged threat.
Block this overhead.
That is not a 10 because I have a -1 to danger, so just a 9.
Just a 9. Yeah, you don't get a bonus to this. That is still a hit though. So once again, you get to pick your sort of option.
Yeah, I mean, I overhand punch with the jet thing. I don't have good punching form, so if anybody's watching this, don't judge my noodle arm here. But my goal was to slam her straight down into the floor, but I don't know if I can manage that on just a 9.
Yeah, you could say resist or avoid her blows. Like you knock her out so she can't counterattack you. Like
yeah, okay, I'll take that. Resist or avoid blows. Sorry, I thought that was only on the critical ones.
Yeah, it's the same list for both with this one, but on a hit you pick 1, on a crit you pick 2. Some of them have different lists, some of them have the same, which again, that's just one of the quirks of the system, which I think people will learn pretty quick. So you want to do resist or avoid your blows, so you get to sort of perfect hit this. Yeah, you slam her directly into the ground. She's sort of barely starting to get up. She sees your punch coming because it was pretty clearly telegraphed, but as she raises an arm to block it, too late, you kind of can release like a jet of the fire extinguisher stuff, block any hit with that, and then slam her again. She is now fully just laid out on the ground. Let's see. Anyone else have anything they want to do here? I'll give you, since she's been sort of slammed down, she is not moving at the moment, but she's not like unconscious. She's just going to take a second to react to that. So you guys have an opportunity.
Not me.
Not you. Yeah, you're probably like starting to. You can sort of wiggle around a little bit. You're not just out for the rest of this, but you're still out for it now. If you don't, still there's going to be.
That's fine.
Yeah, if you don't, then
I played with fire. You know.
I'll give you another couple seconds to decide here, but she's thinking as well. So
if no one else is doing it, I'm just throwing fire extinguisher all over her.
Yeah, because I think what Umbra is like, seeing that like the building is starting to catch on fire, he's gonna look for like another fire extinguisher and like try and grab that with his tendrils.
Okay, got it. Yeah, you're.
But he's not gonna go for her. He's gonna go for try and extinguish the flames in the building.
Okay. Good to know. Let's see. Ringbear, did you want to do anything? You had a thought, or are you just watching Goo Girl do this?
Yeah, if Goo Girl's just gonna spray, I had an idea, which I guess you can let me know. I was going to give her an Irish whip, which is a hammer throw where you grab their arm and throw them toward you in an effort to potentially fully encase and entrap her in extinguishing liquid.
This is a wrestling question, because I don't necessarily know this move. From the way you described it, she's like laying on the ground. Would you be able to do that from that position?
Well, you'd stand her up and then do the move, which is pretty fun.
If you're going to stand her up, that is gonna she's gonna do something in response to that. I will go ahead and I'll be nice and say that. If you want to do something, it should be something that you can do while she's sort of knocked down.
In that case, let's watch Goo Girl do her thing. Stay safe. Stay smart.
All right, we get to do something interesting here. We get to loop TBD back in. Since everyone else is pretty occupied, and you, TBD, are just kind of stoned watching this go down, you are watching this go down. You can see and still sense things as this is happening. Make me a Pierce the Mask check.
Ah.
Huh.
Here's the mask. That's another mundane. Oh, here we go. That's an 8.
An 8. Okay. As you are watching this go down, as you're watching Goo Girl try to extinguish this woman's flames best you can, you see the expression on her face is changing a little bit, right? She looked angry. That anger is starting to turn a little bit more frantic. Like, she is not just mad anymore. She's, like, panicking. And it doesn't just look like she's losing panicking. Like, something is very clearly going on in her brain that's like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Like, she is... something has been sort of triggered in her mind that is setting her off. But, before anybody has a chance to do anything about this, with the way that she is positioned, laying on the ground, getting sort of extinguished by Goo Girl, the jets on her feet are going to activate. You can see as she's laying down, she's wearing boots, but the boots have holes burnt directly into the bottoms of them. And she, like that one scene in Guardians of the Galaxy, just slides, essentially, across the floor of this place with jet force, going probably towards the approaching Umbra as he comes back from the door to block or to get this fire extinguished. Umbra, unfortunately, I don't think there's much you can do about this because there's a massive source of light rocketing directly towards you.
Oh yeah, like he's gonna reflexively get out of the way, basically.
Yeah.
Like as the light comes closer, he's gonna have like a visceral reaction to that, and basically like just kind of jump out of the way.
She is able to do this with enough speed that none of you are definitely able to stop her because she's using like rocket thrust at this point. And you see as she slides out the door, kind of goes into a sort of roll, not a very clean one, like an uncontrolled roll. And outside the door, she kind of stands up, takes a second to collect herself, eyes still wide, definitely still going through something. And then with terror in her eyes, she looks back into the venue at all of you, and the jets on her feet activate again, and she rockets directly into the sky out of view.
Huh.
Okay. I think Umbra is like sort of assuming like enough people have left the venue that it's like
Yeah,
not a
it's
crush
mostly
anymore.
empty at this point. There's, again, a few people who are hiding in sort of crevices and stuff just because people want to watch this. I mean, this is the second sort of event.
Having remembered phones exist and having not really done anything combat-wise...
Yeah, that's the thing.
Gonna text network, hey, you got eyes on that? She's kind of rocket shipping away.
Without even a word, presumably network is still talking on air. On anyone's phones who want to pull it up, you get a direct sort of drone feed of the outside of this place. He, of course, had things, stationed all around the outside in case this sort of thing happened. And you can see this woman rocket up into the air. Not in a very stable flight pattern for what it's worth. It kind of looks like, as you've sort of seen in the fight, like she does a thrust burst, and then that sort of fizzles out. But she sort of continues flying away with that, where she just rockets up into the air, and then as she hits the sort of apex of that, fires some on her arms and legs to just shoot off in another direction. Way faster than any of the drones can track. You can see them start to fly in that direction, but then it's at the bottom of the screen, a text from network pops and goes, probably not going to catch her, thumbs down. I'll see what I can do.
Yeah. I think like Umbra at this point is like gonna be running over to the others, like especially like, hey, TBD, like sort of slapping him on his like concrete cheek.
Yes, the now that the danger has definitely left the scene, your body starts to return to normal here.
Yeah.
I'm like
This
the
place is
Tin
on
Man.
fire. We need to get the hell out of here.
It is still on fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like
Oh,
he'll like yell at one of the drones. It's like, network, you better have called the fire brigade.
You just get like a little gif of his helmet nodding. And you can hear sirens as well outside. They're still a little bit of a ways off, but the building has been cleared. The fire brigade is on the way. Best you can tell, there were no major injuries from this, other than, I guess, TBD. You are still pretty hurt, even though you are not dead.
Rock on. Yeah, when I turn not to stone, are the chips that were taken out of me just craters in my skin?
No,
or is it like...
I said I think it was in like the costume. There's like little shreds of fabric that are. She was punching you like in the chest. She wasn't going for like tactical. It was just a sort of rage frenzy. So you have
That's a hell of a way to chip a tooth, though.
Yeah.
I can explain that to your dentist.
But yeah, congratulations, guys. That is another supervillain. Well, not actually stopped. She definitely did get away. But you have information now. We're basically at the end of the episode, as you can probably guess. But if you guys want to do anything real quick, have any interactions with Network, with each other, we have a couple minutes where you want to do that. Or we can call it there, and then we will pick up next week with the recap of what people saw on live, and then go from there.
Yeah, I think Umbra is gonna be a little bit frantic. Like, first of all, like trying to get like TBD the hell out of the venue. Like, so like wiggling back and forth, like waddling on like
Yeah, I'm
concrete
like a
feet
little
that haven't
stiff.
quite unpetrified. Yeah, he's gonna so like grabbing him, like, okay, let's get the hell out of here. Let's get and like very apologetic, like very like, sorry guys, I couldn't get close. Like it just didn't work on her.
You're good, man. You pivoted. You did your job.
As you guys are all leaving this venue, another car pulls up to take you guys back to the Hero Complex, sort of in the same way that they have been. And as you are getting into that car, or separate cars, I'll kind of leave that to whichever you want, doesn't really matter for the scene. This time, the screens do have Network on the back of the driver's seat. You can kind of tell that he is still in production mode, like the background of the set is still going on. But then, as that's happening, he turns to face you guys and goes, okay, team, show's still on. I'm still going to do some more coverage, but I'm patching into you guys directly real quick. Good job out there. We are trying our best to find that woman wherever the hell she went. As he says this, he turns around to some production people, presumably off screen, goes, all right, I want drones at the intersection of road and road, road and road. He does seem very locked into finding this woman genuinely. If you have any questions for him, you can ask away, or he's just going to call it there. He's not going to have he doesn't have a speech. He's just updating you guys.
I don't have any.
You find her.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, pretty much.
And with that, the cars start to take you back to the Hero Complex. The search for this woman is on. But while we will pick up later, shortly after this, with the next operation from you guys, I am going to go ahead and tell you that at least tonight, they're not successful. Wherever this woman went, she apparently was able to hide a little bit better than expected. And so, yeah, you may have stopped Captain Kraken and presumably brought him into custody, though you don't know exactly where he went. Now that I'm thinking about it, you never saw him being taken away. But now there is definitely an active threat still somewhere else in the city. And you guys are going to have to figure out the consequences of that next week.
Damn.
We will see you all then.
morning,
Thank you for watching. Tune in next week for the next episode of Power Play.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Who's there? Head of Acquisitions, sir? Oh, good. I wasn't in much of an acting mood anyway. Come in. We have an update on the superhuman you codenamed Ignition Girl. It had better be a good one. She is one woman. Fast or not, it's unbelievable that this search has taken this long with my resources. Well, there's a reason for that. We readjusted the search area. Take a look. You're joking. Wow. Plan everything out, and sometimes fate serves you a twist even better than you expected. I'm surprised she could afford this. No kidding. Should I start setting you up for a meeting? Actually, you know what? Let's leave her be. This is the type of wild card that could work in our favor down the line. Besides, I'm reaching out to a contact in Oklahoma. We'll have new members joining soon enough.